Is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control, even over his own will.
Alrighty. I'm Billy Bobcat. And I'm joined by Frederick Dumont.
Here I am. How's it going?
And of course, we're discussing Deluxe Volume 8, which is the beginning of Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc, aka Millennium Falcon. Very long arc.
It has nothing to do with Star Wars at all. There's no stars.
Albeit, this does have chibi Yoda puck in it.
And there's some Chewbacca-looking trolls a couple of times as well.
Yes, there are trolls. Turtles.
So you can stretch your imagination a little bit and see something in there.
Well, this is a slight spoiler. You'll see Darth Palpapuck later on in like the Fantasia art.
Somehow Palpapuck returned.
Yeah, like and then there's like an Order 66 joke.
Oh, are they spoofing Star Wars?
Well, because you meet Pucks like brothers later on.
I'm your brother, Puck.
And it's like Palpapuck, and then
yeah, I mean, we're learning like some other characters have brothers in this deluxe tome as well. Some half brothers.
Oh yeah. When we get there, there was a reason why in the last stream in Deluxe Volume 7, I was like, what's really familiar with Farnese and Serpico? You know?
There's some familiar traits. Family traits, I should say.
The thing is too, you also like when we get there, but you also starting to realize why me and Otter simp over Farnese. It like starts in this one really heavily. With
yeah, I still don't see it. Really, honestly.
You'll find out. Like it's the pieces are already set. You'll love this character.
Well, I do like the moments that she has with Casca in this one. Those moments I found kind of like refreshing and like a bit of levity and moments of peace that are very rare in Berserk.
Yeah, like so me and Otter have been saying it pretty much like your beginning of the series is like grim dark and all this other stuff. By the point of Millennium Falcon, the series is more of a grim hope. Like there's still fucked up shit. However, there is happiness. There are good, like wholesome moments.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. That's refreshing. Yeah. I didn't want to end this long read in a dark note, if you know what I mean.
No. Well,
we've gone through a lot emotionally reading Berserk. It's it's not a light read, let's be honest.
So I know I'm saying this, but because I have the fucking like the Rent World chapter page pulled up. But when I say this, artistically, the story's also more light in the drawings, I've noticed, going from this point on.
Interesting.
Compared to
you mean literally lighter, like the scenes are brighter?
Yeah, the brighter, going along with the tone.
Because I thought there was some clever usage of lighting when we see Griffith pop up. He's like especially white on the page compared to all the other horsemen and characters out there. He really stands out.
Well, because he's how do I put it? Griffith is going more like the Antichrist, but looking like Jesus, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's as like beautiful and as amazing as he was in human form, and then a little extra that gives him an ethereal kind of beyond human beauty.
Characters keep mentioning later on is how he's, I mean, it's a little bit of a joke, keep calling him Rady Boy, but like they're like, you know, I could barely believe that he's a man. You know?
I was thinking about that while I was reading it. There's a strange like love triangle in this story, but it's different from the love triangles in any other story because it starts out with it's what?
It's not a love triangle.
It is though, with Griffith, Guts, and Casca.
I'm actually going to explain it. When we get to it. Specifically, there is a reason why Potato Casca is drawn to Griffith. You saw at the end of Conviction and this one, and it's not because deep down she has emotions with Griffith. It's more so got to do with the Griffith's body is made up of the baby, her baby, the demon.
Oh,
Yeah,
spoilers.
but we're gonna go on with the Rent World.
They
this
don't
chapter.
mention that in this edition, in this volume, do they?
Because you're not seeing it from her perspective. You're not in her mind at all. For one, it's fucking completely shattered, but you know.
Yeah, you don't want to be in her mind.
But there's the clues there. I mean, literally, when we get to it, you know, Griffith even knows that his body is made up of, or
Yeah,
of
because he
the
seems like
baby.
he has a hall pass now, like going away from the five angels and starting another kind of chapter in the physical body again.
So remembering Conviction, Skull Knight was taught, or as Otter likes to call him, Skull Nut. Skull Knight literally tells them that every 1,000 years, one God Hand member is allowed to actually physically be on the material plane, the actual real world.
Right.
Griffith, of course, was chosen that, of course, because he's our main antagonist of the series. But and he is sharing the body of the little baby. He used it in order to be there. But look at this shit, man. Because we start this arc out with the little kids playing and stuff, and they're talking about, man, something's not right with something's weird, and then they start hearing little laughters and shit, and then they see
That's
look at
beautiful.
this, man.
That's beautiful, man. You can tell the really old trees, really spooky forest. And it seems dry at the same time, like the roots are bare. There's no shrubs. There's no, it's nothing besides the trees.
Right. It's also taking place like in the about to be winter as well. Keep in mind of that.
Oh, all right.
When this scene is taking place, because
the contrast
to go out.
Yeah, the contrast is huge, like with the dark trees in the foreground and
Dude, that looks like a face. Look at that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Eye, nose.
Yeah.
God,
you can get lost in the drawing, like you could get lost in the forest.
Then we get Zod flying.
Yeah, how majestic is that? It's so terrifying. It puts you really in the shoes of the characters here, because we're seeing from their point of view the majestic, like, creature flying above them.
Yes, and then we see the entire forest and Zod. By the way, so I don't know if this is a reference to it, but this made me think of Brothers Grimm.
I know of them, yeah.
Yeah. You ever watched the movie?
No.
Well, in the movie, there's like the fairy tale of the tower in the fucking forest and shit.
Sure.
Just what this image reminds me of.
Right.
Oh, look at the detail. If I can zoom in. Look at that.
Yeah, the way the trees have taken it over is telling. It's long abandoned.
I really do like double page spreads that have little clip on.
I like that he does a lot of double page spread and panels, I've noticed, of just the scenery almost. Like here we have Zod flying, but Zod's almost part of the background here.
Right. You got all these kids, and then I didn't get the page, but at the end of it, it shows a little goblin underneath the tree. Because you'll learn later on about the astral world, but they're merging together. These creatures are starting to show up.
I mean, they're talking about it at the old witch's home at the end of this deluxe volume.
Yeah. Well, we finally get this one. You finally get explanations of how this world works. I do love the contrast that, like, she was, this is Grotto's grave. He passed away. If you remember, at the end in the conviction art when Gut shows back up, like he's like this. He draws him like this kind of intimidating, like nightmare figure, Guts,
Right.
like shadowed and stuff. And she was a little bit scared until she noticed it was Guts. This one, when he comes back, you know, he got none of that. Just happy.
Yeah.
Poor Casca.
Yeah. It felt like there was a bit of healing happening.
And then Guts going a little bit through shock of seeing Griffith returned.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was having a vision or if Griffith was really there. It took me a while to understand. There's a couple of scenes where, like, he shifts the scene in ambiguous ways where you got to turn a couple of pages back and go, wait a minute, what really happened here?
I haven't noticed that. To me, like it's just little flashback images to give you context to his inner dialogue.
Right. But Griffith is there, like he showed up right there. Physically, I mean.
Oh boy. Guts is going, well, shit. He showed up, you know. I was just going aimlessly, you know. Didn't know if I'd ever actually fucking find him. Now he's actually here.
Yeah, it's
and
like
he's having kind of a conflict with, he's promised to take care of Casca. He cannot go after Griffith and take care of her.
That's kind of noble of him now. I find that's one thing that Guts appears a little bit more lovable in this volume because of that. He seems to have been taking on responsibility now for the first time. Like he's doubting it in a couple of places, but he's still taking it on. It seems like Griffith has like entered Guts's mind before he sees him in person, right? Like, am I reading it wrong?
No, you're reading it wrong because it's just supposed to be context of him like reflecting on when Griffith it comes back to life, and it's just an image. It's something I see in a lot of manga do. It's just, you know, hey, he's thinking of Griffith and how he looks so human, so let me draw Griffith in this page while he's talking. And this is even a callback to when he was there and Griffith was, you know, brought back into this world.
Because he looks like he's going psycho. Like his colleagues that were his friends there don't see Griffith at the same moment.
This is something I also love. So, of course, you know, what's her name? Erica is like talking about Griffith, you know, and how like he's an old friend, you know, from back like during the Band of the Hawk days when Rickard and them were, you know, soldiers. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, hurts in the feels, doesn't it?
By the way, like I don't have the image, but like the one from when you got the end of Conviction, and if you compare him, that drawing, that's only like fucking 3 or 4 chapters ago.
Dude, I'm just noticing the shadows of the swords on Griffith's cape right now. Look at that. Nice touch.
Yeah, this is where Rickard it was in Conviction, told you, you know, he didn't have any bodies to bury, but he buried the swords he was practicing for grave markers for all the Band of the Hawk. And this is what I also love with Mira's writing. Characters are consistent with what they know and not what we know, you know?
Yeah.
So Rickard only knows what Zod looks like in his full apostle form. Rickard has never seen Zod in his normal form. So when we get later on these other chapters, like it's understandable Rickard would be like, who the fuck is this dude? You know? And of course, Rickard does not know what happened during the eclipse. He just knows that Skeleton Man was fighting Zod, and then Skeleton Man came out and then had a naked Casca and wounded Guts, you know? And just healed him, took him here.
Yeah, we're starting to get a nice cast of characters at this point. Like we can switch from one to the other seamlessly and never get tired of the characters. There's so many that have been growing throughout these 8 volumes.
Yeah. I also love, so he does it really well where I feel like when he transitions to another character's their inner dialogue, he does it pretty well. Like I have not into the entire series I've read, I have not seen a moment where I'm confused who the fuck's dialogue I'm reading.
They all have a
inner dialogue.
Yeah, they all have a unique voice, I find. You really feel like they're almost a caricature in a way. Like you can tell the whole character from the remarks they make. Sometimes it seems like they don't have a filter, like they'll blurt out things, and you can, you always know what's driving each character, what's motivating them.
Right. Look at this. Now, I did have a little complaint with this double page spread, just because
It's in the center of the
face is in the
face.
middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Guts has the appropriate response, seeing the Rady boy rapist. Fucking kill him. Look at that, man. By the way, we're getting to the point where some of the most like shared images in Berserk are like these, and then like later in Millennium Falcon Fantasia.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's saving a lot of time drawing the armor with the cape flowing in front of it there.
Dude,
Smart.
look at the fucking armor, man.
Yeah. It's always detailed, and this page has so little detail compared to some other pages in this book, but it's glorious. The shot is nice as well. Like we don't see the ground. It's like as if we're laying on the ground ourselves, or from underneath Griffith's perspective.
Right, because he's on the top of the hill and Guts isn't.
Yeah. Subtle
Let me
points of
get
view
this.
there.
Guts just he don't give a fuck. Fuck this
Another-
motherfucker.
Yeah, and this is another incredible shot with the sword. Like the sword is used in extreme perspectives, making for amazing like points of view and action perspectives. Like look at how
I think there may be, I want to say like maybe 40 times in this entire series that you could like even this, you're not actually seeing the full length of the sword because it's still cut off, but
cut off. Yeah.
it's very rare that you actually get to see the whole sword in one shot. And of course, Rickard doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Why Guts is like this. Rickard's just like, hey, Griffith's alive. Last time I saw him, he was a fucking vegetable wearing a tulip helmet, Yeah,
it's interesting because Rickard is kind of like the normie of the Band of the Hawk in the sense that he's having the reactions that people who aren't clued in are going to have.
He's literally like stopping Guts from doing
exactly. And doesn't Guts say at some point, like, you can't follow us because you can't hate Griffith?
Oh, well, Rickard was trying, when we get to it, Rickard was trying to join Guts because when he does find out the truth, there's two reasons. I mean, for one, Guts is like, hey, you don't got it in you. You can't hate Griffith the way I do, basically.
And he's still dragging along like the kid as well. Like, what's his name? The little kid. I forget.
No, the Isidro's not with him. It's just him and Casca right now.
Yeah.
Isidro, Farnese, and Serpico are looking after him, looking for him. But right now, it's just him and Casca. Look at this. This is so fucking good. I just love how he draws the crazy eyes on Guts.
Yeah.
Look at this little fucking Rady boy asshole. Look, he's talking shit.
Yeah, it's a very straightforward page. It would be boring if it wasn't like a contrast to all the others. Like it kind of stands out with its symmetry.
Yeah, he basically shows up and goes, yeah, I showed up because I wanted to make sure that I have like no feelings for you.
But Griffith, he doesn't do much actually in this one either. Like Zod is the one that's fighting Guts, and Griffith is just like standing back, kind of taunting him in a way.
Well, there's also a little bit of a subtlety to it. He knew Guts was going to do this, and he knew Zod was going to do this. Now, remember back into the Golden Age when Guts was like in danger, Griffith would have a major reaction to it.
Yeah, when they were on the same team.
Yeah, but he also loved Guts.
Yeah.
Like Casca, none of the other Band of the Hawk, just Guts. was anytime Guts was in a horrible situation, he would go out of his way and put his dream and everything on the line to save Guts. It's kind of what he's doing now. Like he showed up with Zod, knowing they were going to fight, and to make sure that to really confirm whether or not he still has it.
Yeah,
And he
'cause
still
Guts
does
was
have
his best soldier. He was like Guts would turn around any situation. He could like hold off an entire army by himself if he needed to.
Look at that. Guts is still like, gee, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. Griffith! Wow, look at that angelic kind of. He's got an angelic at the same time evil. Yeah, he's got a great way of drawing the angelic yet evil kind of character.
Well, like his whole design is, like I said, it's very. I'm gonna put it like this: it's his character is presented like a Jesus type figure with, you know, miracles and all this other shit. But he's also more like the Antichrist and Lucifer, especially Lucifer. I mean, Lucifer was supposed to be like very, very, very pretty. That's why when most movies and TV shows do Lucifer right, they usually hire female actors to play him.
Yeah, I
Because
could
it is
see
how
that.
he's described.
I could see that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Guts has got the rage, but you can still tell he's the good guy because his motivations are purer than Griffith's.
Well, I mean, Griffith is literally. Well, we'll get to it later, but
Yeah.
later in the series, you'll find out more and more what's going to
Well,
go
he's-
in on.
Kind of extreme evil, having sacrificed his whole fucking band of the Hawk.
Look at this shot.
Yeah.
Zod, by the way, he went and looked for the Horse Slayer sword to fight. This is how I'm saying that, like, this was always going to be a fight. Griffith wanted Zod and him to fight anyways.
Yeah,
So he could
Zod was. Well, Zod is just basically chasing strong opponents, basically, kind of.
Oh, poor Casca.
Casca doesn't have it too bad in this. Well, I mean, not to say that she has it good, but it's not as bad as some other tomes.
Well,
Which is not saying a lot. I know, but it's not as bad as Tome 5. I'm just saying.
I'll say this is probably the last like major please, Casca. Dude, hopefully you have better stuff happen to you.
Well, there was a point towards the end where I was feeling she was waking up and she's getting back into finding her.
When we'll get to it, you had a little bit of hints and conviction. Now it's in like extreme situations where you kind of get the instincts of old Casca.
Yeah, there's a warrior still inside of her that wants to, spaz out.
Dude, I love the action in this.
Yeah,
and we really get to like the whole reason we had him fight in Golden Age, Zod and Guts, was to kind of like show you in comparison to Guts's power level to Apostles. And at this point, Guts is he's been fighting for 3 years against spirits every night, Apostles, and other shit. So he's not having Zod's still really strong, but he's not like he was in Golden Age where he was kind of shitting his pants. He couldn't do nothing against Zod.
Right. But he's still on the defense, but he's not close to death like he was before.
Right. Also, he does a lot of these panels.
Yeah.
Like these type of panels, he'll do that for the rest of the series like
Kind
this.
of,
Constantly doing them.
Yeah, inset panels with just a close up of the eye and an inner monologue. That's kind of
either a foot or something or arm. It's always like this, and he always does it in the design like it's scratched on or something.
yeah.
You'll start seeing them a whole lot later.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just thinking of how it's going to be interesting to revisit all of Berserk at some point, having read it from 1 to 14. But we're not there yet. Still got some reading to do before we get
I do
there.
like that this panel has him showing his eye and stuff, and then showing it from his perspective of Griffith as
Yep.
goal.
Yeah, that's a good back and forth camera shot. Muscles are good here. Movement is incredible because he's not in an incredibly dynamic pose, Zod is, but all the speed lines are showing you how intense, like he's got a stable pose within an action scene, you know. And look at those feet movement, dude. The feet movement exploding all over the place.
There's a later page that I think encapsulates the really good the rhythm of movement and shit and the impact.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The landscapes are very realistic in this tome as well. Like he doesn't spare any detail, but it's not exactly anything new, but
it's pretty much like the conviction at this point level of backgrounds and stuff and environment shots. Hey, and here's what I was talking about. So this is where he's having the baby. The baby is definitely having
there you go.
Response.
Yeah. That's a good shot, man. That's a cover shot for the VHS tape or something, you know, for the
Well, I mean, that's what I use the for the fucking thumbnail.
Yeah.
I cut this part up and then
makes sense. Kind of obvious, yeah. It's the eyes that make Griffith look evil because his face is
Well,
saintly.
because he has the demon eyes.
Exactly. That's
now
it.
they're the actual
face and
color
the
of them.
demon
The color of them are still his normal color, which is blue. His eyes. It's just it has the shape of the demon eyes. I don't know.
And so I have arrived.
Mr. Crow, how goes it?
How are you doing this evening, boys? Oh, nothing much. Just, witnessing again the moment that defined probably how many years had this manga gone through the biggest reunion in manga history between these two guys and all the weight that the story puts behind it, and how this reunion still to this day has consequences that we don't even know about. Yeah, I kind of have to show up for this one.
Well, Stormcloud, just keep in mind, Frederick's only.
I know.
Playmate.
I know, Frederick. I will not spoil, but as you can already feel, this meeting has been long overdue for a couple of volumes now.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen him since. At least Guts hasn't seen him since the 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
So you got mad respect when Guts uses his foot to fucking stab Zod, and Zod's like, "All right, bitch."
That's a good move, man. I had to do a double take on that one.
Yeah, because the sword the swords were knocked over in the snow, and he says, "All right, bitch, let me stab your ass with it."
It's an interesting place to fight. A field full of swords, and planted in the blade down. You could just pick one up, and if you lose yours.
Well, hold up. For one, it's Rickard's. It's the grave markers for the rest of the Band of the Hawk. Like it's not just a random place with swords.
No, I know it's symbolic at the same time. You're like taking someone's tombstone out to fight.
I mean,
dude, this drawing right here looks so good. Like I know it's just a little sliver panel, but the detail looks really good.
Yeah,
it's a perfect mixture of fear and rage that Kintaro Miura mastered, and then we get this.
That's so intense, man. I love the fog at the bottom all the way up to the detail of the face at the top. It looks like he has a cougar's head.
Frederick, I gotta ask you. I know I've always asked you this, but this is just I have to ask. How long would it take you to create a panel, a double page spread of something like this?
Well, probably a week.
Probably a week, no breaks. You're leaving on nothing but coffee and Mountain Dew.
No, I mean I'm always taking breaks and I don't drink Mountain Dew, but yeah, I'll take it the extra coffee.
Inking would just be the most time consuming part.
Yeah, there's a lot of ink in there. But I think there's a lot of screen tones as well.
In this one,
yeah, look at Zod's
I'm actually not too sure.
Yeah, look at the knees of Zod's fur. You got the inks, and then you got the gray, the flat gray. That would be screen tone or digitally added after the fact.
Well, keep in mind, this is... So, Frederick, until we get to very late Fantasia, all of this is still hand-drawn.
So I would assume that the gray on Zod here is screen tone, if it's not digitally added yet. So basically, everywhere there isn't the white mist or the fiery mist, whatever you want to call it, he would have added screen tone to gray it out.
Yeah, but wouldn't he gray the entire thing out and then go over with the fur over top of it?
I would do the fur first, yeah. Because you can't, the screen tone you would apply last after you've done the whole fur. Because the screen tone covers the paper, so you can't ink over the screen tone very well, I would assume. Yeah, I don't think you can ink over the screen tone. I think it's added last.
Anyways, we get Tiger Boy. Yeah, this is where, like I said, Rickard doesn't know what original Zod looked like. He's never seen him. So now he's like, holy fuck, Zod. Why are him and Zod why is Zod and Griffith? Like last time he knew that Zod almost fucking killed Griffith. And he wasn't there, by the way. He wasn't there when Zod killed Wild.
Yeah, Rickard pretty much was just doing his own thing with another half of the Band of the Hawk that got absolutely butchered by the Apostles when they were going towards the eclipse. So the best he saw was probably Rosine and the Count. But Zod, no. He's never seen
he's seen Zod before. He's seen Apostle Zod. He's never seen the as a human form. That's why he was confused. Like, look at this, man. This is fucking great. Like this is so Frederick. You know all about page turners. This is a perfect page turner.
Yeah,
we get this action of him fucking charging, and like he's breaking over all the. In this panel, he's breaking into this one. We got this little cliff.
Yeah. I love that. That's actually playing with the medium. Yeah, it's great. Because he's over the page, like he's coming out of his panel, and he's over the other panels, just fucking over the rest of the page. He's like, yeah, I'm bursting out of your comic book here.
And he fucking bursts through the cave.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's bigger than life. Great art.
And then, like I said, Griffith's body is the fused with the vessel of Potato Casca's child, the demon baby. And she's drawn to that. She's not drawn to Griffith.
What is she drawn to? The baby? Or
the baby?
Are you?
Yeah, she knows that the Griffith's body is the baby as well.
You know what? That's this moment right here with Casca and Griffith has always like confounded me because I'm like, is this the Casca that is still infatuated with Griffith like before the eclipse? I never really thought about the idea of the baby.
Well, I'm gonna give you context.
You know?
Context all throughout Conviction. she was constantly trying to get to the baby. Always. When she can sense that the fucking baby was there or could see the baby, she's always trying to, get it and take care of it. At the end of Conviction, with Griffith showing back up, of course, she was immediately trying to call out, steal her baby. You know what I mean? Because listen, I'm sorry, Potato Casca is not going to have feelings for Griffith. And Stormcrow, without us spoiling anything for Frederick, you know why later on. You know exactly why.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've always taken it that it's a clue that it tells you, but it's a clue for something else as well. I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
Zod says, "Fuck you, fuck this cave. I'm gonna come bursting in." Also, I love this
cave.
It's so stupid. I just love how he put Erica. Don't know why. But
he's got these little chibi inserts.
Oh no, Potato Casca is going to be turned into mashed potatoes.
Casca! That's a nice shot. That's a nice shot.
And keep in mind, after this moment, Griffith, like I said, with the baby, like he is sharing the body of the baby. He done this. He didn't choose to save Casca. It was just instinctual. Boom. To save his mama. And of course,
Billy,
Casca,
another really. Yeah.
By the way, this is remember at the end of Conviction, this is a good comparison shot of when Guts put his cloak over Casca at the end of Conviction and stuff. Now we're opening this one up with Griffith being a dick.
A lot more internal conflict in this deluxe volume.
Yes. Look at that. She's trying to touch her.
This entire situation is just so fucked. Like, let's just put aside the idea of the baby, because I never really thought about that, Billy. So thank you for bringing that up. Just imagine Guts in that moment. Like, even after everything you went through with the Black Swordsman arc and the Tower of Conviction and the Lost Children, and in the back of your mind, God, Casca, you just have these nightmares of the eclipse of what happened to the woman you love and all your friends, and the man responsible is right there before you, and the woman, as far as you can tell, is still pining after him. And I never thought about the idea of the baby and the body and all that, Billy. But before that, I'm like, God damn it, can't Guts?
Women just love their bad boys, right?
Get one break? Just one?
By the way,
even after all of that?
What a great contrast. Like, he pops out with Zod and his like dark fur and shit. And
Yeah.
I mean, his armor's not white, it's actually silver. I think his cloak is white.
But it's all about the contrast, as you say.
Look at that. Look at the fucking hair, dude. Jesus Christ. So good. Anyways, Guts is like, where you going, bitch? He's gonna get his kingdom. Oh boy.
I mean, one thing I did learn in art class is that you don't color a thing its inherent color, but the color it appears in contrast to what surrounds it a lot. So having the silver armor in front of the black furred Zod, it makes it appear even whiter, gives it that pure white contrast.
Gotta have been him. This was a fun fucking reread.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys something, and I want both of your opinions on this. Up until now, no spoilers. Up until now, we could have only been speculating what the hell Griffith was doing along with the God Hand the entire time we've gone through the journey with Guts. we get some idea of what he's trying to accomplish with his quotes about my dream kingdom, that nothing has changed,
Well-
and that he went to visit the grave site of his vandal house, and he feels nothing about it. Like, yeah, he wants to build his own kingdom, but what does that look like? You
Well,
know?
I mean, Stormcrow, me and you've read the entire series, so we know where this is going. But Frederick, we want to hear what your thoughts of. What do you think Griffith's plan is, really?
Damn, it's hard to peer into his mind like that, but he does seem to have a. Shut up, cat. He does seem to have
Don't
like
talk to someone that way.
an intense focus. She's meowing at the front door, but she knows she can't go out the front. I gotta take care of her, or else she's gonna repeat for like. We'll be right back after these messages, folks.
The cat is the idea of evil. Confirmed theory. After 30 fucking years of Berserk.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, I already
But-
know. I mean,
We both know. But it's still fun to speculate because I'm gonna be honest, even with all the information we have, I still don't know what the hell this guy's going for. You know? Like, do the God Hand are like down with what he wants to do? Do they not care? Does he want to like replace the God Hand and be like the only member of the whole God Hand thing? Griffith is the kind of person that is not satisfied with the thing he gets. Like, I never once for my life believed that if Griffith's got to be the king, got to marry Charlotte and have his kingdom,
I'm back.
he would have been satisfied. You know? That's not the kind of person Griffith is.
it depends. I mean, we'd have to wait until later in the series to get those answers. We'll hear Frederick. I mean,
Yes.
we can have a conversation private, Stormcrow, if you want to, but just because we'd have to go into spoilers to really speculate.
I would imagine so.
Yes.
I'm just caught up to this current episode, Deluxe Volume 8.
Yeah, and then before he leaves, he tells Rickard that if you learn the truth and you come to hate me, so be it. But how about you come chase the dream with me, bitch? Join the band of the heart.
Yeah, he
Do it
wants
now.
he's sticking to his kingdom, like he's got a focused mind. But
Yes, because
what this kingdom is, I don't know. He's like he probably wants to be a god on earth or something like that. I mean,
well, he is getting set up, like I said, as a Jesus-esque figure. You even saw it in Conviction. It's not really a spoiler with the people literally getting divine dreams of the Hawk of Light returning.
more like Antichrist.
Well, I mean, he is also the Hawk of Darkness, the actual one, the leader of the sinful black sheep, and what was it also? The ruler of the fucking blind white sheep. I mean, still, it's rough. Anyways, Guts says, "Fuck this shit." Tries to shoot his ass. And I think this gives us a little hint that maybe Griffith is untouchable at this point.
Yeah, he's got superpowers now. This isn't the human Griffith which, to be fair, even the human Griffith was almost unstoppable, right?
Until he fucked
No,
up.
human Griffith was able to be taken down pretty easily. Like Zod almost killed him and Guts.
Yeah, but I
Remember
wouldn't add
yeah.
easily. Yeah, he could be defeated, but definitely
The thing with him now is he literally had the God Hand have reality bending powers. Well, now he has it on Earth. Like, he's broken. Also, look at this. Look at the little trees.
Happy little trees.
Happy little trees, ignorant of the real
Also-
pain and suffering of the world.
Griffith, this is the man I am. Man's a really strong word for you. I think this is the Rady boy I am.
Yeah, I don't think he qualifies as man anymore.
And he said, you know, of all people, you should know what type of Rady boy I am. No commitment. And of course, like I said, the baby, his heart's pumping.
Yeah, I think
Him
I read
instinctually
it.
say-
I read through it so quickly that I just didn't notice this.
And then, of course, Guts tells Rickard the fucking truth. How what actually happened?
Can Can you imagine just being Rickard in that moment and just finding out all of the bullshit that went down in the eclipse? I'm honestly surprised he didn't just say, "Why didn't he jump off the fucking cliff right then and there?"
Well, because Rickard doesn't want to kill himself, and also he made a promise to Godo to take care of Erica, so that would
Yeah, Rickard's a strong warrior.
kind of go against all that.
True.
And then, of
True.
course, we get the flashback of the eclipse. By the way, like I said, more penisy than it was in the, the actual eclipse.
I don't know, Billy. The eclipse was
Yeah.
pretty penisy. I mean, do I?
Dude,
I
I
need to go
can
into
pull
detail
up.
with that?
I'll pull it up later. I'm telling you right now. When we get these flashback ones, they are more penisy than they actually were. Like he's drawing he's drawing some extra apostles that look like dicks
Be right
in
back.
these scenes.
What can I say, man? The Japanese fear the penis more than anything else.
And of course, Rickard wants to go. That backfires.
I want to really analyze this quote for a minute. You can never really hate Griffith. What does that really mean? Like, how could he not?
Because he idolized Griffith. Unlike Judo, Rickard was like a through and through. Griffith was everything. His leader, his inspirational figure,
But
and
still,
also Rickard's not. He's not Guts. You know,
Mm,
I don't think he
yeah,
has
no.
work to be as much. Now, he could be wrong. You'll see later on.
We'll see. We'll see. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, and the cave is fucked up. So like, oh shit. Well, is there any other place? You know, is there any other caves? And then Puck is like, yeah. Hey, how about we go somewhere else because you don't want Casca being locked up in a fucking cave again, and the reason why she originally ran away. So let's go to my home, Elfhelm.
Oh, Elfhelm. The 20-year-long journey to a fucking elf island.
Shuts up.
Look, I'm gonna take a shower pretty soon, but I want to get you guys' opinion. Frederick, what do you think so far of the volume?
This is the best so far, at least since number 5. Like, I think we're diving more into the characters. It's more interesting as a story. It's way more of a page turner, and the art is like, as close to perfect as he's gotten so far. So I think this is definitely a peak.
Yeah, I think when you get to Deluxe Volume 9, you're gonna say that's the best one.
Well, if it's peaking, it's peaking, man. It's peaking for a while. It hits the top.
But here we go.
What do you think of Griffith?
Well,
what do you think of Griffith there, Frederick? You got to see him again.
Yeah, he's kind of laid back. Like you could tell he's planning something and he's just playing with Guts. Like he's unattainable. Like you can't hit him. So Zod is going to come in and Griffith is just there to taunt Guts, it seems. And he's also building a second army now. So we've got a second Band of the Hawk, which is kind of like an insult to those he sacrificed for his power.
Albeit, to be fair, later on when we're about to get to it, he actually didn't name him the Band of the Hawk. Everyone else wanted him to name it, so he said, "All right." To be fair,
yeah. To be fair,
this shot is so good.
Yeah, the art's absolutely incredible at this point.
This time I won't lose you. Oh boy.
Yeah, it hits you in the feels. I feel Guts is becoming a person for the first time. It's like he made this whole point of it, making him not human in the early tomes. Like he would
Well,
do these
so,
absolutely heinous things, especially the way he'd react to Puck. Now we're starting to see his human side.
so keep in mind with Black Swordsman and Lost Children specifically, Guts. That's your like Guts that's been fighting spirits every night. You know, going fucking a little crazy and really doesn't give a fuck anymore. And then, of course, we have the payoff in Conviction with Guts kind of, you know, getting a new goal and then kind of changing for the better. You know, he actually calls Puck Puck, not Bug. He his mission was to save Casca and to not abandon her. And look at this, Frederick. I think I showed you this like before you ever got the Deluxe one, man.
Yeah,
Just to give you an idea.
I was
Falcon.
reading the whole tome in one day today, so I had to skip these scenes really quick. But it's amazing to gaze at it just now. Like the amount of detail, it's like, whoa.
And remember, this is like when I say this is Millennium Falcon is very golden age, like aesthetics and stuff, in the sense of we get big giant charging scenes or big battle scenes on the castles and shit, like we got in Golden Age. Of course, the big difference being you throw in apostles in it, you know. There you go.
There's no focus of attention on any character here. There's no hero. There's no one main action. It's just the view of the battle scene. It's almost like a background image.
And these are the Kushan, who their leader, Frederick, is the world's strongest apostle. You'll meet him soon.
He's not in Tome 8, is he?
No.
Okay.
I think he's maybe Tome 9. Now they're cutting off people's heads, shooting them in the archery. They're fucking burning a bunch of these men there. They're taking off the women. Now, they're not raping the women. I will say this first and foremost. There's another reason. You'll find out later of why they're where they're taking the women.
It can't be good.
And this is Sonya, aka Evil Casca.
Yeah, right?
Like this little bitch. Oh god. Anyways, they're all saying that she's cuckoo nuts because her parents got burned alive, and she's talking about the hawk of light coming, and the wind is whispering to her. And then we get Salat, basically this little fucker. This dude was such an asshole. Was talking all kinds of shit about how they failed to get Griffith and everything.
Yeah, he's not too serious of a leader in this story.
Which one?
Mustache guy.
Oh yeah, well, he's generic douchebag Kushan general who almost got killed. And by the way, this is what them trying to assassinate that one dude, and these guys just fuck up these assassins.
Yeah, they're
By the
kind
way,
of
this is what I was talking about, that sense of motion.
What's up with his hand though? He's got like weird,
so it's they're
calluses,
like
some shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like massive calluses, and they can like direct their force, and like that's how they're exploding heads and shit when they punch.
Okay.
They're Baki Raka.
It's freaky.
Yep. There's a joke later on in the series where they're called goblins.
I like the screen tone in the lettering at the last panel at the bottom. You see, I don't know what the symbol is, but he's got like super nice, interesting
The
screen
symbol
tone.
is botch. That's the symbol.
Yeah. That's a nice. That's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of.
The sense of motion is great because he goes like this. The dude tries to punch him, or he knocks the fucking spear around, just hits him right in the head. His eyeballs poked out, and his head. Look at that. That's great. The lines and everything going down, fucking blood splatter.
Yeah.
Just a sense of motion of his head splatting on the ground.
And it starts with his hand at the top right,
Mhm.
top left panel, and it goes in a straight line, bottom right with the splotch. Yeah, works really great.
It's great.
Great directional.
And then a ready boy appeared. Yeah, the general was really impressed with the Kushan, or with Salat and the Bakiraka, and then Ready Boy shows up. Just fucking shows up, you know?
That's what I mean. Like he's just like a spark of light in an otherwise gray world.
Also, this is Demon Horse. This is Demon Rady Horse, you know?
He's kind of cool. He's well drawn for a horse.
Well, if you've noticed with all the apostles, and this isn't even just this one, even earlier ones, if you've noticed, like most of the apostles have like demon horses as well with them. It's never explained, but they're definitely demons. Look at that
I
fucking
mean,
eyes.
perks of the job, I would guess.
That's right. Hold up. Hold up. God. Mira said he needs to be more Rady Boy, you know?
It hadn't been in a while. Yeah.
There is a funny story. I think I've told you this before. But when I showed my mother, it's like in Deluxe Volume 10 of like Griffith. But like the princess was like in a page before that. And she was like, thought fucking Griffith was the the princess. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's a fucking dude. And she's like, no, that looks like a chick.
That's an understandable mistake, to be honest. I mean,
Look at that. That
it's
is
not
Demon
wrong.
Horse.
Yeah, looks dope.
Look at that.
These are great shots. She's got a weird face in the bottom left panel there, but
Well,
a
she's
little bit
like
strange.
13 years old, so
Okay.
doesn't bother me. She's got a big forehead. Leave her alone.
All right. All right. I ain't bitching.
Listen, Griffith just fucking flies at and stabs this fucker in the fucking kills him. By the way, this is a
Straight to the
kind
point.
of reminiscent of how he killed Bashan from Deluxe Volume 2 when they were Doldry. Do you remember that?
Making a reference there. Yeah.
Look at that.
He doesn't
said,
waste any time. Yeah.
That's right. And they all try to shoot him with arrows after
That
And
moment
just-
is super cool. I love that shot. Like it's like, okay, did everyone like get the instinct to miss out?
No. The second in command, this dude right here, he's like, why are y'all standing around? It's one man. Fucking shoot him. And they do. And not a single bolt hit him or his horse.
No, that's supernatural there.
And then their Zod shows starts cutting through them. Like I said, that's a demon horse. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh yeah, look at the nostrils. And the eyes as well.
Then you get Locust.
That's a dope helmet. Like that's an original design right there.
So I'll say this: you will start seeing their true apostle forms, and you will love his.
Oh, nice. See, I didn't get
This-
that he was an apostle at this point.
He is. All of them showing up are all apostles, because, well, they're here to serve their master, and they're become the war demons. Dude, look at this. Then we
It's
get
wild.
him fucking stabbing people with the lance.
The amount of detail that he puts in his pages is astounding.
Demon Horse is really happy. Look at him.
I wonder how long it takes for him to do a page, or took.
I think at this point there was actually like quite a bit of hiatuses and distance between the chapters. It was definitely, I think we're long past where it was every 2 weeks. Like, and you can see why.
It's understandable and worth it as well. It's freaking great. Because we got these forever now. It's like, it's worth the wait when you're producing something of this caliber.
Look at this. Talking about your angelic shit.
See, wow. Feels so light. Feels like
The wind
everything's-
whispered that the world had begun to change.
Lighter than air, one might say.
Hey,
Hello.
an otter has entered the.
A wild otter has appeared.
Thank you.
It's very gay.
Yeah.
Very gay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Sorry I'm a little late. What chapter were we reviewing?
We're now at the War of the Wind Part 2,
War of the Wind Part 2.
which is the castle siege, the Kushan, with the fucking apostles all coming to join Griffith. And we started off like this, motherfuckers.
That's one way to start.
Oh man, look at that shot! Just the first paddle. See, that's how you draw a horse. Like, you know.
You're just gonna send it to George and be like, "Listen, motherfucker, look at this."
Listen, I didn't name any
Okay,
names.
to be fair, I mean,
I'm just saying you got to know how to draw horses.
Mira's never had problem drawing horses. Like, I mean, go back even.
I think
to
these
early
guys
old
are
age.
really reference a lot of stuff. I think that's why they draw horses so well. The Japanese have a kind of discipline to their work as well.
Yeah, we have them rush past Sonya to go to hit Griffith, and look at that little splotch. What's that? Couldn't be another apostle. Rasaka's.
That one is cool. I like what he says to Griffith when he appears as well. It's kind of
He calls him
What
your
are you
lovely.
talking about? He looks completely normal.
So I'm gonna go ahead and explain his old get up for you, Frederick. So this is Rashaka's. He is they exiled him from the Baki Raka clan. Salats. He can move his technically his head anywhere in his body, and his body is made up of hair.
okay, like Cousin It.
It's
Like
like a
what?
crossing between Cousin It and Bayonetta.
Yeah, and like he likes wearing these masks. You'll see it later on in the series. He gets really pissed when someone breaks it.
Well,
But he's great. He basically he looks at Griffith and he says, "Boy, you're a fucking ready boy.
I like him as a character.
Such a rady boy.
Look at this small little fucking."
It's spitting truth here. And he's like, I'm going to chop your head off someday, but till then, I'm going to make sure nobody else does.
The only criticism I have with this chapter, Otter, I do not like that we didn't actually get to how the fuck they got away, like Salat and them got away. It is never addressed how they were able to get away from Rashaka's and the other apostles and Griffith.
That is fair. And it's been a week or so since I've reread the chapter myself, but I know the focus isn't on them, but at the same time, yeah, it's a perfectly valid criticism.
Well, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Frederick. Later on, they're reintroduced, but it never gives us an explanation of how they got away. That's my only criticism. If it would just gave us like, oh no, this is how they got away.
Right.
They're able to get away. And Rashakas, I mean, he can fucking fly. Like, it's pretty hard possible to get away from. And then we get Grunbeld, the flame
Grunbeld.
Oh, Dragon Helmet.
who has a fucking shield that he can use as a blaster like Guts.
Yeah, but it's kind of ugly, man. It looks like at least in that shot, it looks like a head of corn. That bottom panel is sick, man. That's wicked.
Listen, do you want to fuck with Grunbeld?
He's-
Let me just put it like this. You'll see more of them.
You got fire in the background and blood splurting in his face. It's kind of
He's got a rather scaly reputation.
Wait till you see his full apostle form. I bet you can guess what it's going to look like, Frederick.
No idea.
And then, well, we get the massacre that's inside the castle.
The lighting is cool here.
That's the Hawk of Light, the savior of the world. Fucking no.
Oh, how little they knew before things
Yeah.
went completely to hell.
And then we see the bird, and we finally get to see Sharik and Elvira.
I don't know how I feel about this character yet. I'm kind of ambiguous.
You're gonna love her.
with her.
You're gonna love her.
Oh, Shiarke's the best, at least in my opinion.
Now, I still think Farnese is better, but Shirake, she's we'll get to it, but her character is very rigid, but starts to grow as she's with Guts and Co.
I mean, Farnese is like taking like hot baths with Casca in this volume. It's kind of a shift in character here. But that's for later.
Farnese is also growing a lot because there's actual consequences, and
yeah, she's forced to make a shift in her character. Yeah,
I love seeing the whole character arc she kind of goes through starting in this deluxe volume.
The angel is the hawk of darkness, the master of the sinful black sheep, the king of the blind white sheep, the one who shall call down upon the world of darkness. Now, Frederick, wink, wink, foreshadowing.
You know, whenever I read Shiarke's voice, I always think of the same voice actor you hear in like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where she's voicing, what's her name? Mai?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Otter, get the fuck out of here. Leave. Why? She's not even Asian.
That's not what I'm talking about. It like that kind of like high pitched dainty voice. That sounds like Shiarke to me.
No. It's not Shirake. Fuck you.
Now you can't get the sound out of your head.
No. Here's the thing. I pick better voices than you. I've noticed that, you know.
It's a contentious topic, her voice here.
I have Skull Knight, literally. I mean, Optimus Prime, of course. It fits so well. And we get this drawing. The fucking sunset blood.
Beautiful.
I got to start adding fog and mist. That's so beautiful. I need to start using my screen tones.
He's getting all the applause.
This is inspiring.
We're now surely in the midst of some extraordinary tale. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sure, and I'm positive it's going to have a very optimistic ending.
Yes, I'm sure there will be no death or anything.
Not at all.
It'll be all, rainbows and puppies.
Listen, you Debbie Downers there. I think it's going to be a happy ending.
Well, I mean, if you want to actually know, Mira did tell us we will have a bittersweet ending.
I mean, that sounds like Berserk, all right.
It would make sense, yes.
And we cut back to Serpico and Farnese.
Yes, in which Serpico's like, or he doesn't like fire, so that's why he's staying away.
Really like that first panel on the right there. It's super simple. It's just background, like nothing incredible, but the light on the snow on the branch, oh man, it's gorgeous.
It's a great contrast.
Yeah, fucking Farnese just orders him basically like, hey, you're the person who supplies me with food. I can't have you dying. Come to the fire.
I mean, Farnese is a real princess who seems to have gotten her way with everything, including like setting people on fire.
Yeah, we get, Serpico and his backstory of, well, he was a little peasant boy, so all the people who thought he was nobility, nope. Was at the lowest of the low.
But he is a bastard of a noble, though.
Yes, but this is his mother. Lovely lady. Totally not insane.
Yeah, she looks healthy as could be.
So I love this. So Serpico, that boy he beats up, the boys who beat him up, he ended up like taking a rock and hitting them. The boy brought his brother and they beat the living shit out of Serpico and left him for dead. Then Farnese like stops. And I just love this. Silly rabbit. She just fucking hits him. Thumps his fucking head. Oh god.
Tricks are for
Listen.
kids, bitch.
Listen, when me and you, Otter, when we simp over Farnese, this book does not really help it too much because
No.
because you see what she was like when she was a kid and a teen.
It's more later Farnese where you're like, okay, this is best girl, but before that point, you're like, oh god, Farnese, what the fuck?
Yes, and oh poor boy, he gets hired on as her servant and
Slave, basically. I mean,
yeah,
oof.
starting today. Oh, well, she saves him. So she didn't let any of the doctors come in, and she was going to heal them. And she basically says, "I fucking own you because I saved your life. You're mine now." And then when she's doing all this shit to him, but he's getting money to take care of his mother. While he's living there. The fucking girl burned another chick. Oh, Farnese. Look at the crazy bitch.
What are
Yeah,
you
she's got
talking about? She's fine. She's
crazy
not having
eyes, man.
any problems right now.
Yeah, she was really scared and commanded Serpico to stop the thunder. Then the fucking tree broke through, and then she decided to go real crazy and run out and start dancing in the rain.
I am the storm.
And then, her whole backstory with her father is her parents are like really shitheads and never around and never give her attention. So she's doing all this.
That's what I mean
trying
by
to cope with the. Listen, she's a little girl that has unlimited power. So, of course, it goes to the extreme of trying to get attention.
great character development. This is
the reason why she loved the bunny was because, well, she begged her father to get it, and he actually got it for her, and it's just precious and everything. And he fucking told her to throw it out. It's nasty. I'll buy her more.
sad moment.
And then she decides to go burn it. And he also, by the way, he notices that there's a bunch of animals strung around this burning spot.
Yeah, we're starting to see her psychopathic behavior that's going to turn her into a witch hunter later on.
Yes. Well, we got more. We got some of it in Deluxe Volume 7. Of course, the mother gives him the locket, and of course, Farnese's father is his daddy. And they basically make a deal that, hey, I'll make you a noble, and we just keep this quiet and never say anything. And you serve. That's it. Great shot.
Very great shot.
Yeah.
It totally won't go the direction you think it's going to go.
Absolutely not.
Is this a Cersei kind of thing?
Just look at Potato Casca's expression right now. Yeah, that's about how I'm feeling right now.
So keep in mind, Frederick, Farnese doesn't know any of this at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He knows.
It's a secret. Yeah.
He's even, we're going to get to it in this chapter, but he's even a little conflicted on it because it's, fuck. It's his sister. So can't go there. She's constantly getting him in duels and he's losing. He's having it go to a draw on purpose. It's pissing her off. And then, hey, this seems familiar from Conviction. Nothing going on here.
Oh, Farnese.
Yeah, see, that's when everything.
Farnese came to have feelings for me beyond those of a mistress for her servant.
She's just being polite, Yeah, there's no undertones there whatsoever. Nothing weird going on.
And
Yeah,
she's
and
the
then her
one
father,
hunting for heretics as well, right?
and then her father basically says, "Hey, bitch, you're gonna have to get married. You're 16 now. You're gonna marry this prince for the family."
And that's why she says, like, fuck it, I'm going to join the army instead, right?
Well, no, she decides to get naked, burn her clothes, and then Serpico goes looking for her, and then she's like, "Hey, Serpico, let's bang. Let's run off together." And of course, he knows that they're blood related, so he does the right thing, and then just doesn't accept. So she decides to burn down a fucking house.
Seems reasonable.
She burns down one of the houses. There's multiple houses on the property. This
Well,
fucking
at least it was just one house, you know.
dude. Her family is the richest fucking family in the world. Like that's how rich her family is and how powerful they actually are. The Vandemanians. But anyways, he saves her from the chandelier. And then she gets sent off to the church. The church realizing that they have a Vandemian at their place, and they're like, "Holy shit! Let's make you the leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knights," because it's usually female. And then on top of that, hey, there's a heretic thing going out, so we got to send them in. And she has a
Wasn't she the one that she's the one that seems to have like set those fires and went and hunted for the witches at the same time.
So here, then by chance that winter, rampant heretics began setting fires to temples, masons of the nobility. Even the Holy Iron Chain Knights, who are primarily ceremonial guards, were sent to compulsory capture and suppress the heretics. By the way, these heretics are just Otter. How like he was kind of in conviction was going against just religion at whole, and then he kind of dropped that.
Yeah.
Well, he's bringing it back, but it's more so like these mega churches and shit.
Right. It feels like he's
Not
putting more of a nuanced spin on it this time. It feels like it's there to kind of like hone in on a certain character flaw, or it's kind of showing just how cruel people in power can be.
right, and like the heretics, we even get like they were just protesting, like these nobles being dickheads and like extorting people. That was their thing, and they were being labeled heretics, a heretic set, and were being burnt to the fucking stake because of it. Like they weren't evil, and their entire families were getting burnt with them. But Farnese, well, she's gonna catch him and burn him, and then, well, shit.
Oh, hi, mom.
Like,
Oh, dang.
he says mother, and they're all the priest dudes are like, "Did he just say mother?" And Farnese, I mean, she heard it, and she's like, "All right, throw the torch, prove to me that it's not your mother." And her mother's crazy at this point. Her mother still believes that Serpico is like her husband, which is insane.
Yeah, she's gone past.
And remember, so so this isn't like a big revelation because we already knew this from Conviction when he had that conversation with Jerome. That well, Farnese got promoted to like the leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knights because of her like exceptionalism during this burning, and that he will burn a family member.
Sacrificed her in a way.
But she still cares for Serpico.
Sure.
Look at this. This is great.
I just love the little splash details on the swirl effect there. It adds so much to it.
That's a lot of dimension to this one.
And we catch back up to them.
Little footsteps. It's a nice way to tell time.
And Farnese, she's on the hunt for the Black Swordsman.
Look at that cape there on the third panel. It's like Guts has
She's on the hunt for that black sword. Wait, what?
like a river.
Hold up, Frederick. First of all, second panel, not third. It's manga. You gotta read it back.
That's why I said third. I'm talking about the Guts' cape.
Fuck
That
you.
looks like a river. You're not listening when I'm talking to you, little.
You little bitch.
There you go. And a nice passage of time on the last panel with the beautiful footsteps there in the white snow.
I love how abstract it looks. The snow blends in perfectly with the white background, so it's almost kind of like they're walking on nothing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I love this chapter. We're fixing to get to the. Oh boy.
Potato Casca says it all. Her profile pic.
Ugh.
What page did I get? Oh yeah, I got that when they returned with Erica, them as chibis, and like Erica's really happy and dancing with them. Goodbye, spirits. Long Thou, I miss you. This is the last time we'll get to see spirits, by the way.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah, fucking Elsa, take on these, bitch.
Fuck you, Frozen.
This looks so good.
Yeah, the snowman battle. That was funny.
Yeah, and remember, him and Casca are branded, so he's fighting like double the amount of spirits every night, and also having to protect her. I mean, in this fight, she literally plops to the ground after he gets done fighting them.
Yep.
He sees that she's missing.
They really make an emphasis around the fact that having two people who are branded in the same place doesn't last very long. Like,
Well, so keep in mind, remember in Conviction where Guts was really happy that he was able to finally go all out? He didn't have to worry about protecting anyone. Well, he can't even do that now. He literally cannot go beast mode at all. Yeah, Casca pisses in the. That's when she plops down. So Guts has to clean her little piss stained pilgrim shit, and she eats his food. And look, Guts is even realizing, like, oh shit, I thought this was going to be easier, but it's not. It takes quite a bit of effort, And here we get some Golden Age Casca.
dude, the horse looks so fucking good. That's a great memory. That's an emotionally packed page.
Yep, here's Judo. That's not Pippin. Is that Pippin? Yeah, that's Pippin. I don't remember him wearing a helmet like that, to be honest with you.
I love how the panel is framed. You can see this sort of like high ideal version of Casca in the Golden Age, and then it just sinks down to the actual reality.
Yeah. I mean, both are kind of real. It's just what a trip they've been on since then, from one panel to the other. It's like years, it feels like.
Well, it's been 3 years since Golden Age, by the way. And then, well, he can finally get some shut-eye. Oh, what's that doggy doing? Hey.
Yeah,
the
that
beast
dog is disturbing.
Now, you remember that the spirits would always show up in the narrative to mock Guts and kind of have him reflect on shit? Well, that's completely gone now. It's the Beast of Darkness now. It does it. He's constantly like, hey, you should get rid of her so we can get her bloodlust and Griffith. You want him, don't you? Huh? You want the Rady boy.
A small effect, but I really like the Z type shape, or the lightning bolt type shape for the eye. It adds so much character to the Beast of Darkness.
Yeah.
I think
He
it
kind of
was-
looks like Venom with the black. Like black seems to be melting on his face.
Yeah.
That dream wakes up and Puck couldn't even take out an incubi. Poor Puck.
He's not made cut out for this.
I love these chestnut Puck panels right around here. These are some of my favorite jokes too.
I think there's a couple. I like the fucking Palpatine Puck later on.
Palpatine Puck is pretty funny.
And that's gonna it's gonna give you a little nightmare that you're now keep in mind the Beast of Darkness is not an actual other entity. It is Guts. It is his inner desire for bloodlust and shit that's
Okay.
manifesting for him.
Looked like a demon who was trying to possess Guts or something.
Because the last time we saw it was in Conviction, right after Lost Children, is where we get the introduction of the Beast of Darkness. Now we're seeing it fully manifested. Now, however, it will be important for next deluxe volume because you get the introduction to the Berserker armor. And that's not really a spoiler. I mean, you can see the Berserker armor and the Beast of Darkness, very similar looking. But it's very important plot point.
Interesting.
Hold up. And like always, the art is unbelievably good.
Thank you.
I was talking about Berserk, but
I know. I just pretended you were telling me a compliment. You know.
By the way, Frederick, your art is really, really good.
Why, thank you, Lord Otter.
Why, it's no problem.
Appreciate it coming from nobility such as you.
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, look at the spirits fighting again.
Yeah, those are dope.
Casca tries to run after a rat, and then Guts gets possessed, which he hasn't been possessed since Berserk Deluxe Volume 1 in the outside of the Count's Castle.
Really?
Remember that, Otter?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, like this is the only time it's only been. This is the second time he's only ever been possessed by the spirits, gotten him. In which, the Beast of Darkness takes over. And this is where your bittersweetness.
Yeah, that moment is fucked up, dude. I was like at the fucking Japanese restaurant while I was reading this. So it was like the book was half closed. Like I was kind of peering into the book trying to read it.
Just
what a
reading the most
turnaround.
fucked up scenes.
He's like, hey, I'll save you from these guys trying to rape you. And while we're at it, why don't I rape you?
No. We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, that's not it?
No.
No.
Just
This
them
is where
getting
he gets
possessed and trying to choke out Casca.
Oh, spoilers.
The Beast of, you see that right in the background behind these two panels? That's the Beast of Darkness taking over.
Oh, I love that shot, dude. I wish we could
Just the framing of the eye right in between the panels, giving it that malevolent presence.
And the effect in the eye, he's got like the same background for Saska here is the same effect in the eye. Casca.
So we got Skull Nut from Otter, and now we got Saska. Great.
That's funny. Yeah, I was focusing on the effect in the background because if you go back to the other page, it's the same effect in the creature's eyeball. The page where we see the close-up of the creature.
Yeah, we have both Guts and Saska looking
There,
right at
first
the
panel.
middle of the page, right at the eye.
Well, he manages to stop it, but the damage is already done. Well, that went to hell real quick. Now Potato
What are you
Casca,
talking about? Nothing happened. Nothing at all.
Yeah, nothing happened at all.
Well, that was a close one.
Yeah, it's super emotional, this tome. I like it a lot for that. Look at her look at her reaction, man. She's like, oh, I'm watching you closely, buddy. The hair is freaking wicked as well.
It kind of shows you just how good the art gets for Berserk, because after a certain point, we're in the chapters right now where it's like all it takes is just a look from like Guts, Casca, whoever, and you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and keep in mind, the spirits don't fully compel you to do stuff you don't want to do. Some down deep desire you do have, and the Beast of Darkness is Guts's like fucked up part of him, like the real messed up part of him.
The guy went through some shit after the eclipse and the whole conviction kerfuffle.
Yeah, and they're like, well, we got to do something about Casca. So they tie her up, put her on a leash,
Poor Casca.
and then Puck is like, she's gonna really hate you even more, and he's like, fuck it, yeah, gotta keep her safe. So even if she fucking hates my guts, she's still alive.
I mean, it's true to his character. I'll give him that.
And this is where I'm talking about where he can't really fight the way he normally fights, just because he's gotta protect Casca during these fights, and also like he does have the kind of the worry if he dies, it's over.
He can't go fully, Berserk.
By the way, I love the line and how it's done with the drawing. Have I ever before wielded a sword so heavy? And it's him fighting during the rain.
That's a good line.
The fucking rain is just
I wish
flowing off.
I could have
sword.
like an artist edition of this book where like full size pages. You know what I mean? Well,
Deluxe
kinda-
volume is as big as the pages you can get.
That's kinda
Matter of
what we
fact, there is a Art of Berserk book. Don't buy it, just because it's the same size as the Deluxe volume. but it was for the
Whoops.
Japanese people. So
That's funny.
for us, it's like, oh, it's the
Yeah.
Deluxe volume.
It's just so beautiful, these pages. Like I'm looking at so many, and this is the first time I'm getting this, but I like these are pages I'd want to own and have like on my wall and stare at.
Oh, poor Guts. Look at that. He was hoping that
I like Casca's new hairdo, like having her long hair. That's a style I like on Casca.
She's not quite so tomboyish.
There you go.
well, she's also a fucking basically a walking retard right now.
She's a walking potato.
Hey, making fun of people with disabilities.
It's rude to make fun of potatoes.
Well, listen. Oh, we're getting some more we're about at that chapter.
Uh-oh.
Like
That chapter. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, when was the last time she smiled?
Well, it's not going to be in these chapters.
Yeah, not an ominous opening. Fatigue is ruining me. Look how fucking tired Guts is. Like this is when what's her name? Luca was saying, yeah, getting her was not the difficult part, but actually trying to protect her and be around her is the real challenge.
Yeah.
And Guts is really starting to feel it. Look how sad this shot is. She's like, I fucking hate you, you dirty bitch.
There's
Just
so many of these
sad
beautiful
puppy.
shots in this one. I swear the eighth one is the most beautiful book so far. And you say 9 is better, right? Like one step up.
Yes.
9.
There's a couple of reasons for it.
So you know how in this one the action scenes, and they're very good, but they're not batshit insane yet. Deluxe Volume 9 is, like I said, when you get the Berserker armor. Have you ever played Dark Souls, Frederick?
I have not.
Have you ever seen Artorias of the Abyss?
Yeah.
No, neither.
We'll send you the clip later on, but the DLC boss in that Artorias was straight up 1-for-1 Berserk's
Yeah,
Guts'
that's what I
Berserker
hear.
armor
That's what I
attacks.
hear. That game was well inspired by Berserk.
Well, it's like Guts and his Berserker armor. He has a special way of fighting. Artorias mimics that to a T.
Yes. So he does like a bunch of flips and shit with the big ass Dragon Slayer sword. But when we get there. And of course, Casca escapes finally, cuts off the thing. Oh boy.
Katsuka.
These 3 random bandits at this tree that got shot by lightning, I'm assuming. Just exploded. Casca just finds some jerky while they're talking.
Why does Guts
By the way,
know that?
this disgusting dude is ugh.
How does Guts know that Katsuka's already in trouble?
What do you mean?
He just knows the Casca.
Well, it's like he can only
Well,
assume
hold
the
up,
worst for.
Casca just ran away. It's not that she's in trouble. It's that holy fucking shit, she's gone again.
And you also got to think he is like exhausted beyond belief.
Yeah,
So it's
'cause
like
that's
his
literally
mind is like automatically assuming the absolute worst.
Yes, because
And
she's
keep-
always in trouble.
Hold up, but keep in mind, Frederick, that the demon spirit attacks do not depend on nighttime. If it is cloudy and the sun is blocked, or she goes into a very dark place, she can be attacked by spirits, and she's defenseless. Literally, child. You know.
Yeah, but here she is eating another man's meat.
Phrasing.
But of course, well, this is Berserk, so you know where this is going. And Guts is he's kind of beating himself up, you know.
Just a little. And then here comes the next page. I'm looking at it right now. Oh boy.
Then, well, this is Berserk. And by the way, way more penisy than it actually was.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
flashback.
I mean, you can kind of make sense of it. It's like she's remembering the absolute worst parts of the eclipse. So she might even be making up some of it. I don't know. That might just be.
Yeah,
Nah,
this is this is
it's just a hero one.
PTSD flashback, right?
Yeah.
Like this one I can remember. This one was there. This one fucking wasn't. It was that one. But you know, I mean, look at that one. That's a fucking. That looks like a what is it? The lake monster with a snake dick mouth tongue.
Oh, hey, Nessie is here.
And what Guts ends up getting when he hears some screaming and look, there's a little bit of remnants of old Casca.
Yeah, this is the most fucked up scene in the whole volume. Not talking about what just happened. I'm talking about what's coming up.
Yeah, what's coming up? Poor Casca.
Yeah, and this kind of makes him break a little bit, mainly because I think he's thinking that old Casca's back because she is actually fucking like pointing the sword at him, gonna attack him and shit. Tries to attack him.
Well, it's like you can see little hints of her old self just in that look. There's kind of like that determination there.
And then, well, it goes as well as you expect. And then, Jesus fucking Christ, Guts. So, anyways.
So wrong.
To say the least.
Now to start the next chapter.
Oh, boy.
And the chapter is called Fangs of Ego.
Yeah, that's
Which
not
Ego has a
setting
very,
the tone whatsoever.
Yeah, Ego has a very its own meaning more so in Berserk, as we'll find as you learn later with the Shriek and them, the magic users. Anyways, get the rape whistle.
Casca just needs a can of mace at her side.
And she
That's
scratches his face, and then he goes, the Beast of Darkness takes
yeah,
hold.
that's a very like impactful kind of transition there. You got like Sasuke's breasts turning into the
Sasuke?
eye of let's call her Sasuke from now.
Yeah, fuck you. You're not Casca. You're Sasuke, bitch. Continue.
There. No, I was just saying it's a great transition, like something you don't see every day, obviously, because it's kind of out of a horror film. But what a powerful series of images.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't see this every way, but the Beast of Darkness is telling him to rip her.
Got a Venom crossover over here.
You know, it actually does kind of look like Venom. I never thought of that until now.
Now, of course, he actually didn't do that, but this moment does break guts.
Understandably so. Both of them are kind of scarred beyond belief a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah, like it was already bad for him, but now it went from bad to it. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, we cut from that to the Cedro stealing.
Moving on.
Back to lighthearted fun time.
Yeah, I've never been so happy to see Isidro in any volume.
Food from a.
See, this is why I love Isidro in these volumes. He's such a lighthearted prick compared to everything else that happens in this series. So it's kind of entertaining whenever he shows up. It's like, oh, Isidro's back. We can actually have fun.
Yeah, he was running away. Serpico throws a stick and knocks him over. And then Farnese wants him to, get punished and have his arm. Tells Serpico to cut his fucking arm off.
They never follow up on that, right? That he gets saved by the bell.
No, I don't think Serpico was going to do it at all.
Well, if Farnese told him to, he probably would have.
Yeah, but I still don't think he was going to actually do it. He doesn't follow every command 1-to-1 for Farnese, as you've seen in Conviction. Like there are limits.
Hey, Puck's back.
Yeah, Puck, and Puck's like, hey, you can see me now, bitch.
I love the little pat he gives right on her nose.
But anyways, they meet up with Guts. By the way, Puck, none of them know what just happened between Guts and Farnese, or not Farnese, but Casca. Or
did I just lose you guys, or is it just me?
It might be Billy's mic. His internet might have gone out.
Billy, we lost you there.
Anyways, isn't this a great panel?
We got Monk, Casca, and she's tied up. Man, you feel sorry for her. But at the same time, it's the only way to keep her there safe and sound.
I love the little interplay that's going on between Isidro and Puck there. They're both trying to spar.
Right, did my internet go out a little bit?
Yeah, your internet went out.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, anyways, like I said, they don't know what happened between Guts and Casca. But, yeah, they at least ask why she's tied up. Oh, yeah, and Puck, or Isidro wants to learn from Guts. Farnese, of course, wants to learn from Guts and how to survive this world. Am I still there?
Yeah, You're still here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, quiet.
Yeah, reflecting.
And you got the great thing of her actually like she fucking bows to him. Shit.
Yeah, a lot of these white empty panels with a figure in the middle. In this
All
one.
right, so
it really makes it stand out.
Yep, it works well for sure.
We're getting pretty close to waifu farnies, and there's a distinct moment when it happens. You'll notice it.
I say it's like Deluxe Volume 9 is when she really goes into it.
I know, but there's a turning point that we're right at the threshold.
Well, she
of.
becomes the fucking mama bear of the group, basically.
More or less.
Pretty much when she takes care of Casca. Oh man, and Puck, Isidro's now Puck's student. Puck's gonna teach him the elf dimension style. Yeah. Very powerful, very strong,
Very disciplined.
Oh boy, hold up. Wilderness reunion. Oh, are you talking about the moment when she's fixing to cut her hair?
Yeah. It's the exact moment when she cuts her hair. That's when she becomes waifu farnies. That's it. That's it right there. There's the beginning of waifu farnies. Complete change of character from here on out.
That is a good shot. I love that one. Panel 1.
Guts' response is just guts.
It's just like,
I wanted-
whatever.
It was interesting. But see, this is quite a bit of growth from Guts because he doesn't try to push anyone away because he knows he needs other people now. Can't trust himself. Also, the hair is really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really
that's-
like he draws
that's
hair.
great hair.
But subtly, just kind of like flowing. You can really sense the motion. That's
Yes.
what I love about it.
Especially like going into panel 2 where she just lowers her chin and you see the hair fall down over her eyes there.
This is more of Guts. It's like, yeah, forget me showing you the way.
Is it me or is there a change in Guts's cape in this volume? It seems more like flowing and rivery than before. Maybe it's just me. I'm noticing it a lot.
I
No,
kind
it's
of
been like
noticed it
that
a
since
little bit
Conviction.
before. Like it was kind of there since, like you said, Billy, right around the beginning of Conviction.
Yeah, he really started understanding how to get the how to get the cloak to flow
Yeah.
more naturally and stuff.
It looks alive. It looks
Because
like
if you
it.
go to early Berserk, it's nowhere near as good.
Mhm, mhm.
It's very stiff. Buddy, basically, she says thank you for letting him her join. It's like, yeah, sure. Let's see how that works. There's some demons on the prowl.
We're gonna have so much fun together.
Yeah, I just love that. He's like, if I was alone, if it was the usual me, I'd be refusing them outright. Honestly, this time I give up.
You know, I love that little bit of development. It feels so human. Like it's just through matter of circumstance. Him trying to protect Casca, he can't go into full like animalistic berserk beast mode. He's just like, all right, since I can't do that, I have to protect her. Fuck it, I'm giving up.
That and also, he's disturbed of what or for one, he can't keep going on because it's mentally like fucking him up. And of course, like I said, the Beast of Darkness is him. Something really deep buried in him. When was the last time she smiled?
Wait, go back to that last panel.
Which one?
One before.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Where he's talking about how he's horrified by how sinister he is. I love how it's like you're following the text and it's like starting with like teeth and then it's like the farther down you go, the more bloody it gets. I love that. It's subtle, but it's there.
Did this screenshot get fucked up or something? Looks like you got cut off half the image.
No, it's how they're set up, honestly. Some of the images are like that.
Well, anyways, we started last chapter about smiling, and in this chapter,
Smiling friends.
look at this, man.
So good.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of these reflective panels. It's really a theme in Deluxe Volume 8. These nice, dude, that is like that. See that panel? How long do you think that panel lasts in your head? Like the passage of
Eight.
time. The passage of time seems
Which
like
one?
extended. All three of these panels, to be fair. But I was thinking, especially the one that you had on screen with the soldiers going through the fields. Like that's a scene that could last like, a couple of minutes.
Well, it's like this is one thing that Berserk loves to do. It has these reflective moments of what seem like vague abstract thoughts or fantasy, and then it just hard cuts back to reality. That's kind of what you get transitioning between those chapters.
Typically Japanese.
Well,
Right,
this isn't
but
this is
Berserk
in the
does it
middle of the
especially
chapter.
well.
Keep in mind, this is in the middle of the chapter.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
Yeah,
going between them.
transitioning to the what's going on with the rest with Griffith and them.
It feels like with a double page spread like this, it could be the beginning of a new chapter.
Yep. It's I mean, it kind of is, but it's in the middle.
Right. It's just
Big
you could.
establishing
It
shot
feels
of
like you could
Kushan.
easily see like a chapter title off to the right or something.
Right. And then we get Lord Mule, who's talking with his soldiers, and he's actually like wanting to protect his people. The one dude's like, we need to we heard like Griffith and the Band of the Hawk are like a resistance force going around helping. We should leave and go join up with them. And he's like, fuck this. We need to rescue our people. And all this shit. There you go. And by the way, like I said, Golden Age, these are Golden Age shots. With them rushing into battle and our charging scenes.
Dude, huge use of open space here. This is a page that didn't take long to draw, but still has the impact.
Yep, because you got Rady Boy coming somewhere.
Oh, look, it's a Rady Boy.
What could this Rady Boy be? Yeah, that's why we were also warning you, Frederick, and talking about how the story kind of is we spend time with Guts, and then sometimes we'll swap over to what's going on with Griffith.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you're already kind of seeing that in Deluxe Volume 8 itself.
He's the Rady Boy that saved the world.
Now, they do still intertwine. They're not, like, super disconnected. I think it's... Otter, is it Deluxe Volume... I think it's Deluxe Volume 9 when it starts making it really apparent of who you're fixing to follow with the chapter ender page.
I believe so. I think that's right.
It's either a picture of Guts or it's a picture of Griffith.
It's somewhere around Deluxe Volume 9 or 10.
There you go, Frederick. Look at this.
Yeah. Nice shot, dude. Even the guy in the foreground, you don't even see his head. It's just his arms and his feet. That's cool.
The Kushans are using war slaves, prisoners. They're fighting.
Yeah, that's an interesting twist on a battle.
Well, it's just showing how brutal the Kushan are. And they're also even shooting fucking at the prisoners and the other side.
Yeah, it's like if you turn back, we're just gonna kill you anyway.
And then oh, look at that. By the way, poor horse. Mira really fucking hates horses, by the way.
Listen, I think he
There's no
loves
reason
them.
to kill the horses and the men.
He hates horses almost
No.
as much as Iraqi hates dogs whenever he makes like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure chapters. It's like every time one is on screen, they have to die in a brutal way.
Like,
I gotta defend him because you don't draw horses that well unless you love them so much, so deeply, you know. So I
yeah,
think-
and he brutally murders them.
yeah, but that's what you-
Exactly.
Look, there
it's
was no
the-
reason to kill the horses in this
listen,
scene. Like, he already
it's-
killed their heads.
It's theater. No horses were harmed in the making of this comic book, Billy Bob.
Otter, what was his name again? He's the Irvine. That's his name.
Irvine. That's right.
He
I
is
really
the,
like Irvine, by the way. He is straight up a Dark Souls or Bloodborne character. Just look at that
Frederick,
character design.
You're gonna love his full apostle form.
I love his hat already.
Yeah, but wait until you see his full apostle form.
He's better than Hawkeye. Like he's already like 2 times better than Hawkeye.
I feel like I've already met him in a Dark Souls game, him just like sitting perched up on like a high bank going, well, you're a stranger wandering in a wayward
me if I'm
land,
wrong.
I see.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't one of the is it Demon Souls? I think Demon Souls has an enemy that looks very similar to him.
Most likely.
Like
I can't see FromSoft not being inspired by this guy to some extent.
And like I said, Frederick, Golden Age, but apostles thrown in everywhere. There you go.
I'm loving it so far. It's great. But it's probably
course,
just
yeah.
because the horses look really good. So just
Also,
saying.
this double page spread, you're just getting like foot level or kind of like the horses and the war beasts and everything.
I
Looks
like
so good.
this. I like the stomping effects. We've seen them in a couple of spots now.
The demons and their demon horses. Yeah, I didn't know why you didn't thought he was not apostle.
Because he just looks like a badass knight. He didn't exude any demonic presence to me.
When he takes off his helmet, he has demon eyes.
What are you talking about? He's perfectly fine.
No, he did look off. I'll give you that.
And then we got Zod and the other ones.
He's not evil. He's just misunderstood.
Otter.
He's just drawn that way.
I feel sorry for this apostle later on.
I'm trying to remember what happens to him.
He gets killed by Grunbeld.
Are you talking about Zod?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Zod gets killed.
No. This little turkey dude right here where my cursor's at.
Oh, okay. I hadn't noticed him.
Fucking Grunbeld kills him later. He's
I
like a
don't
nothing.
think anybody's
apostle.
gonna miss him.
No, but it was funny. Now you were talking shit about Grunbeld's shield again.
How
in
dare
the
you
other-
talk shit about his
yeah.
shield?
In the other angle, when we first see him flat, it looks like a corn, a head of corn. It's cooler when he has it up there with the snake head.
It's
But
not a
his
snake head,
armor-
it's a dragon.
His armor is kick-ass.
Well, this is one thing I love whenever they draw a knight in Berserk. They look larger than life, and some of them, especially like Grunbeld here, I actually believe he's like solid feet.
No, they literally
taller
are
than him.
giant size.
Yeah, they
Like,
are
this isn't,
actually
like, an
giants.
exaggeration. This is how big they actually are.
I know, and it's really cool to see. I absolutely love it.
Their little reaction and because I don't have the page, but they're like, "Holy fuck, it's giants!" Like, what the fuck? And then they die. See, I was actually fine with this double page spread just because it's a helmet. You don't actually have a face, so I didn't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it didn't actually look weird. Even
I actually like the weird double page spread effect where it's like the spine is kind of like right down the center of the head, so it's like the eyes are tilted inward. I like that effect.
I don't. It's a lot of times when you have it on a face, it usually makes the face look goofy. because of
I
because of
feel
the.
like it's a subjective thing because I'm one of the people who actually likes the effect.
It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong.
Fine, I'll be wrong. then.
Anyways, Ratty Boy shows up with the humans from the Band of the Hawk, the new Band of the Hawk.
So
By the way,
wrong.
albeit to be fair, I'm not going to say anything too much, but Otter, if I remember correctly, I think Mirror did actually have the sigil for the Band of the Hawk be a little bit different than when it actually was.
I
Golden
believe
Age.
so. Yeah, it's not the exact same.
Look at the Ratty Boy.
Hi, Rady boy.
So he's gonna Casca this fucking army, you know.
He's a grapey boy.
Oh boy. Anyways, chapter 93.
Back to Grunbeld.
Oh Grunbeld, oh Grunbeld.
That's dragon armor, right?
Yes, he is the Flame Dragon Knight. Guess what his apostle form is?
Hints in the name.
An otter?
Why,
Yes,
of course.
it is an otter. You win the Nobel Prize.
Yes. I knew it. I'm going to Paris.
Now make sure you die. I mean, live.
I'm not going to swim in the river. I'll be all right.
I'll be in a van down by the river.
And this is what happens when apostles go up against measly humans.
I don't see the image. I see
we just see
File
your
Explorer.
folder. Yeah. We're in your Explorer. We hacked your computer now.
You little bitch.
All your
what
computers
was it
belong to
showing?
us now.
What was it showing?
Just
It-
your
it was
files.
showing the
the screen
folder.
again.
Yeah, the folder with the files.
Oh, okay. And now is it showing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it now.
I must have accidentally misclicked on the thing. Anyways, this is what happens when apostles take on humans.
Yeah.
And then the Ready Boy. It's leading said demons.
That's a weird shot. Like, that's a weird jumping shot of the horse, don't you
He's
think?
just so fabulous, you know?
Yeah, right? Is this like something like especially Barbie about this shot?
Have you seen Griffith?
Listen, he's missing pink fairy dust.
You know, if they ever try to make a live action adaptation of Berserk, I
They
want
don't. No.
well, I kind of
Right.
want somebody to make like an AI version of like David Bowie to be Griffith just to make it like even stranger.
Played by
How about
Ryan
we have
Gosling.
no live action? We don't want it. Anyways, Lord Mule. Yes, his name is Mule. His name sounds like an. It's actually one of the names that I kind of like. Mira, you had to come up with something better. You get
Yeah.
like his full name later on, which sounds so cringy. It's Mule something Flame Bright or whatever the fuck.
Mulius. I don't know. I'm just making up names.
No, I
Anyways.
remember doing a double take when I'm reading his name as well, but I can't recall the name either.
Well, the Sonya is a psychic. She's able to send messages and images to people, and she keeps him and the other men from running into a volley of arrows. This is evil, Costco. Remember that, Frederick. Remember that.
She looks so nice.
Yeah, she's anything but.
Yeah, the worst kind of evil. Looks like
Well,
innocent. She's like Greta.
You'll see why we don't like. She's not evil in the sense of like murder, cannibalism, and all that other shit.
She's like
However,
Berserk's closest character to a sadistic anime schoolgirl. There we go.
well, she's not super sadistic. She just she wants to bang Griffith.
Yes.
Like really wants to bang him.
There's a lot of people that want to bang Griffith in these.
Well, anyways, Griffith was so fast flying through this before anyone could notice they cut off the fucking commander's head.
Great shot.
Like, just to give you an example, the page before is literally Griffith fucking supersonic speed going with his horse. And this is the next shot. And then they start massacring the rest. And then we end up with this other Kushan from the retreating. And hey, look, there's Rashakas.
He's so happy to see you.
It's so wild.
We haven't yet seen blood.
The characters are so great. Like in every deluxe volume, he keeps pushing out new creative villains each time.
Well, so pretty much this is our last of the apostles, like major apostles that you met. Pretty much every apostle, besides spoilers, have gathered around Griffith in the world.
I think this Ruckshot. What is his name again?
Rashaskas.
Rashaskas.
It's a hard name to say. It's I'm not even saying it right, but Rashaskas.
I know I'm not saying it right either, but isn't he the one where FromSoft used him as inspiration for Pinwheel? I think that's right.
I don't think so. No.
No? Oh.
No, because Pinwheel was heavily. No, well, I might have to look up Pinwheel again. If I remember correctly, no. Like his whole boss design was the little wheel things from Conviction Arc with Father Mozgus.
I don't know about that. That's more just like the wheel skeletons or whatever that go rolling around.
It was directly from him in his area, and even happens in his boss, if I remember correctly.
I don't know if it's 1-to-1 though.
Anyways, these fleeing Kushans become dinner, and then we get this beautiful little shot.
Ah, there we are again. Sweet landscapes.
And the new Band of the Hawk camp, which is full of women, old people, children, other Kushan. This crazy bitch. Listen, don't say anything about her forehead, Frederick.
So where did he get all these people? Like
you've got such a bountiful forehead.
So Frederick, he's been going around in between Guts and Casca. By the way, remember, it's no longer winter time anymore. Winter just ended, so around 2 to 3 months, he's been liberating different areas in the Midland area from the Kushan. The Kushan have a lot of Midland conquered. Remember, in Conviction, they immediately took over the capital when the king died.
Right.
So these are just people that have joined Griffith. Just normal humans. The war demons are in the forest.
Right. Okay.
And this,
We're having such a happy time.
Yeah, she's like, you want to go see... You want to meet Griffith, don't you? Let's go.
Let's go and see all his friends, too.
Yeah, let's take the shortcut, you fucking bitch.
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh, hey, you're eating a fucking deer.
Oh, cool.
Dude, I will get to it when we get in the chapter. Like, this is why I'm saying, like, I don't know about this chick, yeah.
Just a little off in the head.
Yeah, nothing crazy about her.
She cray-cray.
I do like the next, like, drawings and not this chapter, but the next one. Anyways, he sees Kushan fighting. Yeah, how do you not see that he's a demon?
I noticed the difference in style with this one. I'm like, this looks almost like Marvel Comics, like John Romita Jr. kind of a drawing. But I didn't get demon instantly.
Well, more than anything, it's just a sharp difference, and like you said, how he's drawn. It's like the eyes, especially.
The hair
color is another big thing.
The hair is kind of new. Dude, the framing is wicked.
So yeah, she takes a shortcut.
Dude, you gotta come back to this. I gotta do something like this in my comic. This is so good. Look at that.
Are you
The
gonna have
depth.
are you gonna have him fucking fight a bunch of demons?
Well, I'm gonna work my way up to it now. This looks beautiful. Great job.
The
War
war
demons.
But I swear they're not really demons, guys.
These the trolls? No.
No. I do like this a little bit that this they were doing that and she's basically like, yeah, I'm gonna tell Griff if you don't put me down, bitch.
I like how careless she is about the whole thing.
Yes. Of course, Grunbell. Look at this motherfucker. You tell me you didn't think he was a demon either?
Well, at this point, yeah, I could tell on which side he was at.
Nah, it just looks like a normal dude.
That's great, man. The fucking.
He looks so
it's-
happy, you know?
I love the form. Everything's great about him.
I'll just wait till we get to this next panel here with Irvine. Look at that. I
Isn't
love
that
that
great?
so much.
Oh man, he's
He
got such
blends right in, right with the
beautiful
angle of the
shots.
branches.
Yeah. 8 is definitely the most beautiful of all books so far.
It gets better.
Oh, I'm glad to hear. Which one peaks in your opinion, Billy Bob? Because you've read them all. Which one's the top? Does it end
I
with
think
9,
10 or 11.
10 or
Eh.
11?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, 12 has a really good one, but 10 or 11, I'd say, is right when you're starting where. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is really, really good as well.
This is incredible. Yeah.
Right at it. So, anyways, Grumbell says, when he drops her and everything, she starts whispering. She starts whispering to him that she'll bring him a fucking corpse.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Do I have it? Oh yeah, here it is.
I got you. And he's like, I want a woman or a girl body, something like that.
Yeah, next time I'll bring
Oh.
you a corpse. Our secret. Really? I'd like a woman.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, here it is. The Great Flame Dragon. Wonder what his apostle form's gonna be. By the way, does that look human to you, Frederick?
Totally normal. I've seen
Just
people.
Just
normal.
mildly concerned.
It looks like a Klingon now.
She's the
You know?
Hawk's meeting. Well, he's not fucking directly human. So, yeah. Anyways, we got Zod, who got his fur cloak back. He's actually missing it in the earlier chapters. And look, a Rady boy with little Rady boy spirits all around him. And here's
Oh,
where
yeah,
we get
this
more-
is Twilight level Twinkle, you know.
Well, he's coming off angelic and Jesus doing miracles. Which will
Shine the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Rady the rainbow. All right, hold up. I do love this chapter coming up. Mainly because, Jesus Christ, Mirror. And Otter, you know it's not even the best one of these type of scenes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
another one of this.
It's not too far off from the peak, but at the same time, it's not quite there.
I can't wait to see it, man. This is gorgeous so far.
Yeah, he obviously asks, "What are those?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's the people who died in the battle. You know, at the twilight they gather around Lord Griffith." Look at this, man.
Just radiating that Rady boy energy.
Twilight-esque.
Take that, Edward.
They get to say goodbye to their family for 2 seconds and then go swirling around him. They shoot up into the sky and then it's all over. Jeez. Like, oh. And then he says, hey, where do they go? He goes, well, to where they will become one.
He's starting to look like Michael Jackson. That's what I
Now,
bet that's what his voice
Frederick-
sounds like, just like Michael.
So, Frederick, if you're an apostle or you die with bad karma or regret or you get involved with demons, where do you go?
Purgatory.
No.
Where they will
do you
become
go?
one.
To hell.
Yeah, you get to go to the vortex of souls with the idea of evil. And you get to sucked into the vortex
Yes.
because he's a fucking godhand. He is an apostle. All the fucking spirits, that's where he's sending them. First of all, also, this shot looks great.
Yeah, the stars are incredible.
Become one. Where is that? Heaven or else? Someday you'll know.
This could be just
That's
screen
so
tone, by
cool.
the way. The stars in the sky, that could be just one screen tone applied.
I think there's a screen tone, but I definitely think the splotches are not screen tone.
It could be. It does look like splotches, yeah.
Because if you look at it like that, I think it does that and then puts it over it. Because for one, it would be a pattern if it was a screen tone.
That's right. It does look splotchy.
So, anyways, Rady Boy is sending people to fucking the vortex hell. Yeah, he's saying this man, but so man's a strong word for Griffith. Like I said, we call him Rady.
He's a semi-man. That just got
You think
worse. I think I made it worse.
Listen, you think it keeps going on like this for Griffith for the rest of the series, the way he's drawn. So, anyways, Lord Mule starts crying like a little bitch and is like, "Oh, this is my destiny, Lord Griffith. Stick your sword on near my face, Come on, Rady Boy."
Here's one thing I find oddly terrifying. It's just that by looking up at Griffith, he's immediately like tearing up. Like it's outside of his control, and you know what Griffith is capable of. So it's like, I don't know, that makes it extremely terrifying
So
to me.
this is what I think. I don't think Griffith is like manipulating people's feelings that way, like actually forcefully doing it. I kind of think he's just a little bitch that he literally seeing Jesus. Like, keep in mind, he just like performed a fucking miracle in his eyes.
Right.
Oh, I love how you had Kushan like bent to do an ambush, and then Rashakas is like, "You mustn't spoil the moment," and kills them. Perhaps it belonged to the domain of legend. This shot is fucking good.
Oh, it's incredible.
You literally have the full-on Star Knight, a fucking shooting star.
It's just as beautiful. Like I have the actual deluxe volume open in front of me. It's so moody to look at. Like, especially I guess it might be the low light in my room, but even just holding it in your hands, like this double page spread is just absolutely sensational.
Frederick?
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in, man. It's layers of light in there, and it's a simple silhouette shot, but all the work's in the sky.
And then we cut back to Guts fighting Bog zombies. Look how nasty that looks.
Why does it vaguely remind me of Swamp Thing?
Mm.
Because they're in a swamp.
That too.
Swamp zombies.
And Puck is going to
Swampsies.
teach them the power of elf dimension style.
Love the inkwork in the armor there. Looks deep and black and shiny at the same time. And the sword is
Racism.
always fucking, the perspectives on the sword are always crazy. Like right in your face. He's about to cut your throat in this perspective right here.
Or cut your other head off, you know. Oh, poor Gutsakun. How thou art you ended with a shit life. Anyways, next chapter.
A Tale of Rady Boy and Gutsakun.
The next chapter, Like a Baby. That's literally the name, people. And this is where we get Farni's development, which I really love these scenes just because it shows like it actually makes sense in the world. Like Farnice, she's a fucking spoiled noble princess. Of course she knows how to do nothing. Like she's pretty useless.
I love the squinty-eyed Puck. Just compared to Serpico.
Well, yeah, they're fucking like eating soup while Guts is practicing with Isidro. And this is setting up a little bit of something that'll happen in Deluxe Volume 9 on her.
I'm trying to
Trying
remember
to-
what exactly.
Well, he's trying to teach him that you need to have your own style. Don't be copying me.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because you're small and you can't just like do an overhead attack like I do.
You're Monkichi.
And they calls him Dropey. He has so many fucking names for Cedro, and he calls Farnice Farney. Oh, poor Farnice. Like it goes through her like do I have the page? No, I do not. It goes so before this page, it goes through like she they had her like cooking, so she gathered some mushrooms and they were fucking poisonous mushrooms, and Serpico caught them, and like it was showing Puck and the Cedro like done tasted some of the soup with it. And then it cuts to her doing laundry on a rock, and she fucking like shreds up Isidro's shirt. And then it cuts to her using the flames to get rid of the spirits and stuff, but accidentally catching Isidro's ass on fire.
Isidro's taking a lot of punishment here.
Yes, it's all Isidro's getting hurt. And then she's just like, I'm fucking useless. God.
I mean, he's the new comic relief, isn't he? Like
Who,
he's taken,
Isidro?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
pretty
taken over
much.
for what Puck used to be in Tome 1.
No, I mean, him and Puck are... I mean, they kind of play off each other. We'll get like 2 or more also comic reliefs.
Puck's
Characters
even
born.
more comedic now on.
He is, but he's... Once we get to like Deluxe Volume 10 is when it really starts to ramp up with them constantly. Even now, we do still get serious moments with them.
Yeah.
But anyways, Farnice is having a little bit of a crisis and, apologizes to Casca. Because she did almost get Casca fucking burnt on the stake conviction. Wasn't a good call. But she's actually starting to change. This is why we love her, Frederick.
You keep simping, you damn Farnese simps.
Well, you'll
Guilty
start
as
seeing-
charged.
Listen, you're already seeing it set up, bitch. One day you're going to have to accept it. Farnice is great.
We'll see. I'll reserve judgment until that day.
Even in
Hold up
Deluxe
just a
Volume 9,
second.
you're going to have great moments. Like I said, you already see that she's changed. She's actually trying to do something.
I mean, I
Try to
like
be-
the character development in all the characters in this tome. It's just a
But
nice
anyways,
progression.
yeah, she ends up seeing a rabbit go in a rock, and I love how the shot was. She was trying to grab the rabbit, and it just shows on the other side that it's just there's nothing there. You know what I'm talking? Remember that, Otter?
Yeah. He's just like going out through the other side.
Yeah, and she doesn't know. She thinks it's like a little hole or some shit. Anyways, Casca runs around and well, it's starting to get dark. She doesn't make it far. She kind of just hides in a tree. And then they find her in the morning. And then it turns out that Casca just like she ended up making it back before supper time because she was really hungry. But I do love this shot where she notices Guts and she just sees the look of disappointment on his face. Not anger, not anger or anything, just kind of disappointed.
You had one job, Farnese.
And then she I love how the page before this is where she tells Serpico, I'm a burden. I'm absolutely useless." And then Serpico like drops his thing and he's like, "What, do you want to go back to the holy city?" It's like, no.
She just wants to complain a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Then they end up meeting up with this old shepherd, and this old shepherd gives them basically the hey, they're at war with the Kushans. The Midland the king is dead. The capital has been conquered by the Kushans. Oh, and also at the city of Vertanis. This is an important plot point for where this arc is going, by the way. Where all the armies from every kingdom that is under the Holy See religion, they're all sending their soldiers to the city. And they're fixing to go to a full-scale religious war against Kushan and also start dividing up Midlands region amongst themselves.
You know, happy
Oh.
stuff.
Oh, and hey, you're going past that mountain pass. Be careful. There might be trolls.
That's a great intro, man. I love a good intro for new characters or creatures.
Yeah, Cedro's like, what, old man? Bandits or something? Better if it were. But it
And-
ain't humans up there. It's trolls.
It works well. It's the last panel, but it still has the full impact, man. I love it.
Yes, and now we're getting into like full on astral beings, not apostles this time.
Hold on, this reminds me of a certain clip.
This is bad! It is lighter than it appears and will not be able to pound me into submission after all!
Is that your reference to fucking trolls?
Yeah, that's totally my reference to trolls.
Well, there is a
Trolls
scene
have a
later
certain
on.
connotation to them.
Oh god. Anyways, we pick up the next chapter with a Cedro stealing fucking basket of apples from this merchant.
Yeah, I remember that.
I feel so sorry for this dude. He literally he catches a Cedro and he's like, I know what it's like, Sonny, to try to live out on your own, and gives him an apple, and then the Cedro fucking does a Cedro smash and fucking
No good deed goes unpunished.
yeah, hand them all over, you stingy bastard. Growing boys need nourishment, you bullheaded. That knocks him
I
out.
feel
with
so bad for this guy.
I do. Like he genuinely, when he caught Cedro, he like wouldn't even do anything. He was getting his apples back because he's a merchant, but he was just like, oh, "I'm gonna give you an apple, you good boy," and everything. And he fucking suplexes him. Like Cedro's an ass. Oh yeah, this is some more of the for especially in the opening of Deluxe Volume 9 and payoff, where he learns to use attack and then hide his like other second attack to attack or to try to hit him. And he almost does, is it? Almost works. But Guts basically says, "Hey, keep on doing that. You actually did pretty good."
That panel work almost looks American there. After after the first one,
It kind of does, actually, now that you mention it.
looks like the stuff
Which one?
McFarlane used to do. All the little slanted panels there with you were on that page, yeah.
Yeah, where it kind of like trails off to the left there. You see that more often in Western American comics.
Actually, we've seen this quite a bit in Berserk, to be honest. If you go back and remember in Golden Age, we done this quite a bit. The style. Every now and then.
Hmm.
But anyways, we get some Isidro backstory, which is he just ran away. That's it. And that he's going to be the ultimate swordsman in the world.
Boy, we'll
And there's
see.
the meme.
And then there's Puck. Oh yeah, I just love how Puck kind of breaks not really the fourth wall, but like he's able to read other characters' thoughts for the gag. Go on, rely as your master. I'll spoil you aplenty. And then we have them fighting, and
Oh, hi, troll.
oh, and then Serpico wants to go talk with Guts. And Guts immediately throws a stick at him and is like, "All right, bitch, let's get this fight over with. You're wanting a rematch, aren't you?" Serpico's like, no. But if you hurt her, if you get Farnese killed, I'm gonna fucking murder you, bitch.
Guts' response is pretty much bet.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I don't. I think this translation is a little bit different than the actual one. In the actual translation, he says, "Add that one to the pile."
Yeah, one more worry for the pile.
Yeah,
That's what the actual deluxe volume translation says.
but Troll runs off with the two actual ladies, and they stop him, and well, there's your trolls.
Look at
this
that
nasty
panel,
fuck.
dude.
They're
It's so
ugly.
unsettling, but it's fucking awesome at the same time.
Yeah, I love the design on these. They're perfectly ugly, very unique, great work.
Yeah, and then we got Shariq and Alavera. Avalia.
Yeah, I don't know. It
I don't know,
reminds
sorry.
me of Orko in this page.
I always read it silently as Avalier, but I think it's Avalier. I think that sounds better.
What was it? I can't even say the way I was saying it in the fucking when I was reading it in my head. It's a fucking name. Anyways, the elf girl, the cute little elf girl, and then Shariq or Sherike. You can call it either one. I don't give a fuck.
I just say Shirake. I've heard so many people say it a number of different ways.
Yeah, I don't think Mira actually told anyone exactly how you're supposed to say it either. So it's just like, I don't know.
I've heard some people call her Shirk, I believe. Shirky. I don't know.
Yeah, I call her Shirike
Let's just call her Shirky.
or Shriek.
I'll call her Shriek
You dirty hoe.
or Jerky, Shrieky Jerky.
Anyways, Isidro starts fighting this thing, and he realizes real quick that this thing ain't slow, and well, it's not going well for him. I don't even try to
You
help.
damn dirty troll.
Like Puck is actually the most nervous one out of all of them. Casca don't even know what's going on.
Well, Puck knows about trolls, doesn't he?
No.
He doesn't.
Nope. I mean,
I
he
thought they
knows
were-
their.
I
He
thought
knows
they were-
about magic and everything.
Yeah, I thought they were both magical beings on the same plane. So
Well,
No,
they
they
don't
are. They're from the
necessarily
astral.
know about each other, though.
Well, they're from the astral world, both of them. But the astral world is just. It's human conscious design. It's made by human belief, not truly real.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
What do you mean?
Story wise, I kind of find it weird. The thought based reality and stuff. It's all
How
magic.
so? Remember the idea of evil?
What do you mean?
Isn't a new concept. The idea of evil was literally created by humans' need for a reason for their suffering.
In Berserk, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. We cut this it was a cut chapter where you actually get to meet and talk to the idea of evil.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, in this deluxe volume, you get reference to the idea of evil again. But anyways, the mage actually throws a berry and the fucking troll runs away, and then she creates a. I just love it. There is danger. Be quiet.
Here's another fantastic spread, and just with layers of competition.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a depth in there.
Yeah, the trolls hunt in packs. They don't. It's never just one.
Yeah, there's always a whole bunch. You just see the one to start with, so you think of there's just one, but damn, they're all right behind you.
And these little rapey bastards.
Yeah, they're mean sons of.
And this is where we start getting magic.
I love the thing that's protecting Farnese is the thing that she was killing people for in a few chapters earlier.
Oh boy, you're gonna love going forward in this.
Oh yeah, it's a great bit of hypocrisy. A great little bit of storytelling irony.
And then, yep, that's where we get to meet. Where's her name? One of me, she's. One thing I don't like about Olivera, she's so mean to Puck.
Yeah, Puck never asked for this.
Puck is just trying to give her a hug. And she's like mean to him throughout the entire series.
She's taken over Guts's role of. Guts used to be the one that was mean to Puck, but now he's like okay with him.
Yeah, now she's
She's got a pretty face.
Yeah, she's a cute little elf. Anyways, Shirake starts doing some fucking magic, bitch. Look at this 2-page spread.
That's dope, man. The
So
trolls.
good.
The trolls. I love the design of the trolls. Really.
Well, wait until you meet the ogres and the Jotun.
There's the Kelpies.
Like you're gonna start meeting a lot of fucking astral beings because that's gonna be most of the focus of what they're fighting. Not always, but a lot more. Oh yeah, and then she basically tells them that they need to leave. Then Cedro. I mean, this was actually by accident. To be fair, like he tripped on the fucking rope thing that she made the circle.
I'll be right back in a second.
And then we get the joke of, oh, that's not a whole. That's not an old hag's tits. What the fuck?
He's like, hang on, they're barely even there.
So she turns him into monkey.
She actually just bonks him on the head with her staff, and he turns into Monkichi.
No, she puts a spell on him to turn him into monkey.
Well, she puts a spell on him, and she bonks him in the head with her staff.
And then she's really curious about Guts and Casca. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Sharik.
I love Shirake. She's one of the best, and the thing is, it takes so long for the manga to actually introduce her, but when she actually comes along, she fits right in with everybody.
Well, it's for me. It's the when we get later on in the series, she gets way better.
Oh
She
yeah,
starts off kind of a know-it-all and all this other stuff. Of course, a lot of Golden Age is, or not Golden Age. This is pretty much if Guts and Golden Age actually try to connect and become friends with everyone.
pretty much. Well,
Is what
there's a
the
lot
story is.
about this arc that kind of reflects the Golden Age, and some of it is on purpose.
Right.
It's kind of repeating like the highlights of the Golden Age in a lot of ways.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, she turns him into monkey. This is the one time in the story where it was just a little too convenient, which is they find the old man.
Yeah, it is a little convenient. They just walk
Oh,
5 steps and there he is.
I also love this where Guts says thanks a lot to Isidro and stuff, and Isidro's just been like, it was the witch who saved the girl.
Yeah, I'm back.
And then Guts, he hears inner dialogue where he's like, he means it. Someone other than me will save you. For now, that's fine. I would only hurt you. Poor Guts.
Poor Guts.
He finally got the woman he loved back, and, well, he's not emotionally ready for this. Also, Casca's fucking with Cedro spelled cursed as a monkey. They're literally saying ooga ooga. Yeah, this is the one where I was just like, this is a little too convenient when they find him like just lying. And he's basically like, I'm looking for a witch, our village is getting fucked up.
Then they walk 5 more steps and there's the witch's hut.
And they're like, this was the one time where I'm like, all right, Mira, I think you were hitting a deadline. You're like, shit, I don't know how to get this all, how to get
I
them
was
there.
really
Oh, man.
lucky.
Yeah, we just randomly came across them. But anyways, he's looking for a witch, and then I don't have the page, but they actually crossed the barrier because Guts and Casca have the brand that was on the tree.
This is one of my all-time favorite Berserk panels right here. I fucking love this shot so much.
It almost looks like a fantasy story, not Berserk.
Right.
Man, that's really funny because the next arc is called Fantasia. Sure, that's not leading into anywhere,
It's not just the art composition, it's also just seeing this compared to everything that came before in Berserk. You're actually seeing something bright and colorful and really beautiful.
And
like,
it's not
what the actual
typical,
fuck?
Yeah, it's not your typical like magical treehouse either. Like it's a totally original design.
I'll be right back real quick.
It's like it's not a house built on a tree. It's a house that growing from a tree.
It's a house made up of, one gigantic tree branching out in several places.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, it looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
And the usual fog there in the distance at the base of the tree line.
Yeah. It looks like you would see something. It looks like something you would see in like the Dark Crystal or something like that. Not Berserk.
For sure. And you got extremes with the blackness of the sky at the top and the white of the fog, like really contrasting the page.
And you're basically getting Flora saying beginnings, ends, all the same.
All right, hold up.
Even the details on the roots there are kind of impressive. That's some authentic tree roots.
Yeah, you can see why. Outer at this time wasn't it like 3 months in between chapters or some shit?
I have no clue, man, but I can believe it. I can
Because I know
definitely
we're
believe
well
it.
past the time where it was a chapter every 2 weeks.
Oh, I would love it, man. It would make me feel better about my own production. And it's like, whoa, how long did it take to do this? Really?
They end up running into a golem.
Yeah, those are a strange opponent. There was no, I didn't feel any real threat from this scene, to be honest.
No. I
Because
would
they're not
whenever
really
I
threatening.
first read through this years ago, I was expecting there to be some like really cruel, fucked up twist to it, but no. Strangely not.
Nope. It's very lighthearted. They're fighting these. They even fight one that's like a little tiny midget that like grabs onto Isidro.
Well, that's the thing. You can cut them in half and they reproduce or something.
No, they regenerate, so they're just like they're little servants is all they are.
Yeah, they're fake humans.
Matter of fact,
They're fake
Serpico is playing.
creatures.
They're just
Serpico-
clay. They're clay golems with a little clay golem at the very center.
Yeah.
Otter to the point where Serpico is playing chess with one of them in the background.
Oh yeah, that was really funny. It's also at a panel where it has like Casca's tits out. He's just like looking at her and blushing and shit. It's really funny.
No, he's not looking at her. He's looking at Farnese. Trying to get Casca to go back.
Yeah.
Look, this is the perfect summary, Frederick. Should I be scared or just laugh?
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. They're kind of goofy, but they're at the same time, a number of them going towards you is kind of uneasy.
I love it. Puck says, "Who will win, dirtbag or dirt or bags of dirt?" Find out next time on Berserk.
On Berserk
DZ.
Ball Z.
Yeah.
Guts' power level is over 9,000.
Now these are. I do like that we actually start getting like explanation of the lore and shit in the world.
Oh, I don't know, Bulma. I think Guts is going to really go up in power level once he dons that Berserk armor.
Well, I mean, it is Berserk's version of a power up later on.
Pretty
But
much.
it's Berserk version, so it has a major drawback.
Fun.
But before we get to that, we have him fighting golems. And who's the one who figures it out, by the way? Of course, Casca. Casca's the genius of the group, by the way. She's the one who found the little tiny puppet.
Potato Casca figures it out. Yeah.
Potato Casca for the win.
And they quickly take him out. And then Sharik was fixing to go fucking fireball on him. They're like, oh shit. Well. Then they're invited in.
I just love the lighting.
By the way,
for this
I love
panel.
I love in the background. Okay, let's go through this. First of all, this house looks really good with all the detail. Second of all, we're talking about magic user, and Puck is like, oh, they used to on his home island. There were a lot of them. And he's like, oh, the memories. It's just the fucking he's swindling Sprite, trying to hit him because he's stealing shit. Also love that in the background of these panels, Puck is wearing the fucking little glass thing. Yet in the background, you can literally see him trying to fight to get it off because he's fucking suffocating it.
Yeah, I love these little side stories that you got to look at closely. I didn't see those when I was reading so quickly.
Yeah, Mira does it a lot where in the background it'll have like little jokes going on, like this one with Puck. Oop. Also, we didn't have the page, but Isidro, when he was talking with Sherike, and he's like, I don't know why you're upset at me. Like, what did I do? And then she won't say that you grabbed my tits.
Yeah.
Even
boobs.
Olivera was like, boobs? You mean boobs? And then Guts just fucking says, stop teasing on both of them, and knocks Puck out of the glass and then knocks the vial in Isidro's nose. But they meet the mistress. What was her name? What was her name again, Otter?
Flora.
Yeah, Flora. And no, she is not a monster. Look, you got the light shining and everything. She's not a monster. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you. And then we get to some of my favorite fucking chapters in here just because we finally start getting lore and how this world works. And we're also getting to see that well, not everything's just like horrible demons and stuff. There's also like a good aspect to the world of Berserk. Like your death is where you go in the afterlife is determined by karma. Like you're not everyone is destined to go to the vortex of souls. There is a possibility you go somewhere nice.
It's just this is Grimdark world, so more often than not, people are going to the vortex of souls.
Yes, but there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
Godo is not in the vortex of souls. He is in heaven.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, I mean, he did. He didn't die. He wasn't a horrible person. And he didn't die with any regrets. So Godo's 100% in heaven, confirmed.
Godo the Giga Chad.
But basically, this old dude is talking about when he was a kid. You know, he found her, and 50 years ago he found her, and then she gave him medicine to save his mother, and that she can't go because she's close to dying. She ain't got much time left. She's very old, but she'll send Shurike. And then she asks Guts, and Guts says, nah. Like, we ain't got time for to do this shit, I gotta protect Casca. I can't be going on a fucking side adventures against some trolls.
Side quest.
Basically, Guts saying, homie, don't play that.
And then she's like, I know I didn't ask you we were gonna do it for free. I'll give you a talisman that will keep spirits from attacking y'all every night. He's like, all right. I hear you out. And then we got talismans, which you do get to see, which basically, you know how I was saying the last time we got to see spirits, Frederick?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Because he'll for the rest of the series, they'll be wearing talismans on their brands.
Yeah.
So
it kind of reduces the amount of demons that'll chase them.
nope, it completely cuts them.
Oh, she said
It doesn't reduce. Yeah.
I thought she said it reduces.
Yeah, she says it reduces it. It completely cuts them out.
Oh, nice.
Like they don't get attacked anymore at night from them.
Finally, some rest.
But don't think that means that's going to keep astral beings away from them and other things.
We're just switching. It's a bait and switch.
We're switching gears a little bit.
But, Guts is like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it, Look at this scene, Frederick. There's
Yeah.
another callback to it.
Yeah, dude, that's a fucking page, man.
I really like how it just kind of like all coalesces into Guts' face there at the end, so it's like that's exactly what's going on in his head.
Oh,
Yeah, she's riding his ear right now.
the way the darkness melts into his cheeks and his face is just ugh. But the most outstanding thing is definitely that creature with the teeth and the lightning eyes, man.
Yeah, that's Guts.
I know, but it's the creature, you know.
Guts is on Casca is on Guts.
And the hair,
First of all, it's not the creature; it's the beast of darkness.
the Casca's hair is nice too.
It kind of blends in with the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. With Guts's hair among.
Yeah, and just the black tendrils of energy and everything, and the beast of darkness. That too.
Also, of course, we get another explanation of how the brand works. They're all in the interstice, so that's why it's calling the spirits. And well, now they're now that the rest of the group knows, and we get a dinner scene. But unlike House of the Dragon, this dinner scene has actual fucking important dialogue. And we don't really get scenes like this at all in Berserk. I think this is like one of the first or second time we've had like a.
I think it's like the second time it's happened, if we're also counting the bit where it's like Farney's in the Tower of Conviction.
No, I mean like a wholesome scene of like.
Wholesome. Oh no, this is the first time.
Wait, are we still talking about Berserk?
I told you it's Grimhope, bitch.
Wholesome.
We're going from Grimdark to Grimhope. Welcome to the other side, boy. Or should I say, welcome to the otter side.
So Guts, asked him how to know about the brand, and she said there was an oracle from a friend in the astral world. They of the brand will visit this forest guided by tiny wings. I want you to lend them a hand. Now, Guts is a little bit already knows who this is. You'll see even later on in the chapter. I think he knows that it's Skeleton Knight. Or Otter likes to call him Skull Nut. Here, Otter, do you want to explain the astral world and astral beings?
Well, let's see here.
Well, first of all, there's 3 different worlds. Let's start with that.
Right. There's the real world, there's the interstice, and then there's the There's the astral world, then there's the actual the realm of idea or whatever? The world of the idea.
Hold up.
That's strange.
The interstice is not a plane of itself.
Right, it's a border. Well, I'm thinking about it like I don't have a prepared structure right at the top of my head. So it's like the interstice is like the edge between like the real world and the astral world, and then past the astral world, deep down into kind of like the recesses of what is considered like reality or existence, there's the world of idea, which is like abstract concepts where all of human thoughts, subconscious, and emotion kind of like coalesce, and that's what ends up forming like these greater powers, which hint may or may not build into a chapter that's now considered non-canon.
Really?
Well, it gets hinted a bit, but also the way the elves. So you have layers to the astral world. At the top layers, you have the good creatures, unicorns, centaurs, elves, they're elves, pixies, and whatever. I think the brownies. You got all these other different like good-hearted creatures that are just not evil in the slightest. They're made up by human conscious. The further you go down, the more fucked up shit starts to come out.
Well, it's like dragons. You can almost compare Berserk's world building, its actual what would you call it? Its astrology, its metaphysical makeup, to like the human mind. It's like the top layers are kind of like the human ego, logical, rational thinking, but the deeper down you go, you get more into the to the area, the id, where it's just pure like subconscious. It gets a lot wilder, a lot darker as well. Just kind of like that in a lot of ways.
Yes, and then when you get so far down in the astral world, first of all, you go insane and lose yourself, your ethereal body, and everything disappears. You get sucked down. At the bottom of the
Phrasing.
astral world is where the God Hand is. Now they're right outside of it. They're right outside the vortex and stuff. And in the vortex is the idea of evil, which we get hints of. And the idea of evil is the one who's shooting out the behelots. That and trying to control human will. I know in the cut chapter he was saying that he does. However, I don't fully believe it because I think Guts, Casca, and Skeleton Knight kind of contradict the your fate being decided. But anyways, if you see enough crazy shit, you'll be able to actually see the beings. That's why Farnese was not able to see them, because she was a holy see, like, fundamentalist. That's why she wasn't able to perceive.
She did some heavy shit though. Like, she not only has she seen some heavy shit, she caused it. She was like burning people alive and stuff.
You have to see otherworldly stuff, not burning people alive. That means nothing.
Oh, okay.
So when she was starting to see ghosts, or spirits, apostles, and other shit, yeah, that's why she's able to perceive the stuff now.
I see.
See, we even get this explanation, and the spirits are people that, if you died really horribly in the world, or are regretful at the end of your death, you become a spirit flowing through the astral world. And there we go. Look at this.
God damn.
And of course, depending how good of a person will depend where you end up in the astral world. So Godo went to a happy place. He did not go to a vortex.
Whoa, that is one big vortex.
And at the center of this vortex, all the way down here, the idea of evil, a big heart with some eyes. It's a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, he hasn't done a shot like this in quite a while, by the way. This is very
it's very rare.
This is like very early Berserk type of style he done before.
Then we're getting like the full-on like high magic Berserk right next to it.
Oh, and also Flora is religious. She does believe in God, by the way. This is why I'm, like I said, Otter, towards the end of Conviction, he kind of fucking threw out the religion bad mantra.
Yeah, for the most part he does.
And where he kind of goes, no, religion not bad. It's just heavily like big, giant, like organized religion churches, like with too much power.
It's more whenever religion becomes a major political power, how that can be abused. I think that's a much better way of portraying it, and I think that's what Mura eventually does the farther he goes in.
Yes. Hold up. But that's how we get all the magic and stuff.
And we
all
cut straight to fan service.
There's no fan service whatsoever in Berserk. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is about as blatant as it gets.
It's not blatant. It's 100% makes sense for the story, okay?
It's for the plot, you know?
Yeah, here's the plot. So anyways, we open the chapter.
The plot is ass, I see.
See, now that's what I'm talking about.
I just love how Puck is just...
You don't see a lot of them just chilling in Berserk. This is a really rare occasion.
Puck is just chilling. He does not give a fuck.
He's chilling and drinking tea. His little bath. And then Just love it.
Just a little look that Isidro is giving all the while he's like perving.
Oh yeah, Cedro's like a child's privilege, and then gets caught by fucking Sharik. And I love it too, because while Guts is talking with fucking with Flora, Sharik is just beating the shit out of him. Vera says, "Let him hang. I'm here till morning." But anyways, Guts. Now this was a little confusing of why he was asking what a behelit is, because I'm pretty sure he already knows it, but I think it's just like a reminder of how behelits work. But anyways, the God Hand. The
It's not just
five
a
angels.
reminder. I think they go into more detail than we've heard before.
Not really. Because we already knew how the behelit worked, which
Okay,
is
but she does
I-
say that you can't
it's
use it if it's
destined
not
for you.
yours.
It will
yeah.
always come to you no matter what. We already known about that. When you're at your deepest sorrow and despair, plus your blood mixing onto it, transports you to the lower part of the astral world. Already knew that.
And you can't hang on to it because it will find its owner at the right time as well.
Yes, albeit the owner's already dead.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, you know where this behelit came from, right?
I forget now.
The Count.
Right.
This is the
Yeah,
Count's
it's been
behelit.
there from the very beginning.
Now it could be Guts' behelit, and the behelit was just letting the Count use it for destiny for Guts to find him. I don't really believe that, just because I don't believe. I think Guts, Skeleton Knight, and Casca, I think, are exceptions to the plans and causality, because they kind of broke it by not dying. Anyways, no more fan service.
I love look at Serpico's look right behind Farnese and Casca. It's the funniest look.
Yeah, look, I told you he's playing chess with the fucking.
It's so good. I love it.
Look, he's playing chess. Casca don't know what the fuck's going on. She don't give a fuck. Also, little small detail. Totally no little detail for her and Guts.
No crush there whatsoever.
Yeah, nothing going on, guys. Anyways, they're heading to Elfhelm.
Anyways,
Jesus Christ. Oh, and this is where we get the idea of evil. So remember, the idea of evil chapter was cut. Now you do get to see the idea of evil, even the official ones at the end of the chapter before the cut one, where Griffith goes, God. But we're getting, he's doing a chapter hinting to more of it. These are behelits, by the way, that's being sent out. Yeah, that is one of the great mysteries for us to explore the astral world. And what I know is they were once human, and that is reincarnations. They are executors of the will of something lurking in the distant abyss of the astral world.
I'm sure it's fine.
But this is Guts' response to how you have a brain, you're supposed to die, and how you're going to take on angels and demons and stuff. And he's like, well, I'll just have to hit him where it hurts. Hit him hard. Fuck him.
Back to Rady Boy.
Well, this isn't back to Rady Boy. This is Sharik thinking on, like, how the fuck is he going to take on this
Rady
dude,
Boy.
the fucking light of the Hawk of Light, Hawk of Darkness, there's no way. And then Flora's like, no, he can do it. Also, go witness and work with him. Learn your path, Padawan. Gotta learn this shit.
You have to learn.
Oh, Flora. One of the most like actual kind-hearted characters.
It's like every here and there you do get a legitimately kind-hearted character in Berserk. They're rare, but they're there.
They usually end up suffering the most.
Usually, but not always.
I think Berserk is broken, Frederick. I think he just thinks everything's gonna be doom and gloom.
No,
I mean, to be fair,
just
whenever
for the
you're-
most innocent of them.
Whenever you're first reading through it, yeah, it's easy to think that way. It's so easy to
No
think that
fan
way.
service at all.
Absolutely none.
But anyway,
mean,
she
their-
puts on the
Their tops are
talisman.
drying, man. They have nothing to put on. It makes sense story wise. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Who needs
Well, anyway,
shirts,
she
am I
puts
right?
on the talisman on Casca and Guts, and then she starts rubbing them with ointment, which is a drug, so they can actually start perceiving the astral beings better.
Yeah, no
Also-
fan service there, rubbing with ointment.
What is this ointment? This stuff tingles.
Hey, whose side are you
Not
on
edible.
there,
And fucking
Otter?
Puck's trying to eat it. Puck is just trying to eat the fucking ointment.
But can I already see the creatures, can he?
And Puck is not eat. Puck is just eating it for a joke. He's not eating it. He can see anything. But anyway, she gives him a hood. Well, it's got wind spirits on it, in which it'll make him harder to hit, and he can also float and fly a little bit.
Product placement,
Yeah, that's right.
merchandising.
Merchandising. Come get your,
Yeah, this
your
is-
grimdark fetishes here, ladies and gentlemen.
So we won't see it. We'll see it in Deluxe Volume 9, but basically, it's doing the 4 elements of the world. Is how it's working. So you have wind elementals, fire elementals, water elementals, earth elementals.
It's like you can break it down into like Sylph Sundines, what is it, salamanders, and what else is it? Moles, maybe. I
I have
forget.
no clue. Anyway.
It's like each element has like a spirit associated with it.
Also, this is why we call it Grim Hope. Like you have scenes like this where it's just bright and colorful. And
Then you have the fucking image of Puck.
well, because they're being told that the wind sprites are the ancestors for the elves and pixies, and he's like, "You mean I'm a wind spirit? I can't believe the shocking truth. I'm not a chestnut head." And you got Aloe Vera crying a little bit. Listen, no, like, and then Serpico gets a feather blade they can use to slice the air.
That's a interesting weapon. I like it because it's very different from what we're used to seeing. Instead of making like a badass sword, it kind of make it like a weird feather-like leaf magical
It's a feather
sword
that
thing.
uses the wind spirits to slice things.
It's great,
pretty
man.
cool.
I love the concept.
Oh, it's so cool.
He'll also be able to float with the cape as well. A slight spoiler, but later on, they use him to attract the wind spirits to keep the sails going on a boat. You remember that, Otter?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
He's like like Serpico realizes that the reason why they're bringing him up there is to It's so the wind spirits will come and play. So they'll come in the cells. He's like, oh, well, you're kind of using me. Anyways, Isidro gets a fucking dagger that shoots lava. Explodes with lava.
Baller, man. It's like leveling up, and he's still not satisfied. Like he's still complaining.
Yeah, first of all, he immediately stabbed a fucking table.
And
that she had to put out.
Guts refuses his gift after that.
Yes, and I want to point out a small detail I know you didn't get. So Farnese and them get silver chainmail and a silver dagger, which is actually pretty good. It's not actually as dumb as you think. It actually protects them from trolls. Don't like silver. And then she tries. The poor little girl. She was trying to carry this axe to him.
Points for trying, Shirake.
But Guts is we're not getting rid of the Dragon Slayer for some puny little tiny faggoty Conan battle axe. No. We have the Dragon Slayer.
See, the gamer in me was like, can't you just add it to your inventory, dude? It's like, carry it in case you need it.
We didn't have
it has a really good carry weight.
But we didn't have the page. But Shirake notices something about Guts' sword, the Dragon Slayer. You want me to go ahead and tell you, Frederick?
Sure, hit me.
He's been killing so many fucking spirits and apostles that his sword is literally imbued with it, allowing him to effectively take out astral beings better.
Wow. I like that.
It's metal as fuck.
It's literally just because he's been killing so much of them with the sword that the sword is just imbued with the fucking energy and shit. That's it.
That makes sense story-wise.
So they go out on their adventure. We didn't have the page where Isidro tries carrying the fucking axe with him because Guts wasn't going to take it. He was going to take it. Didn't work out. Oh, and we also get an explanation. So you remember in the Lost Children about the story of what was his name, Otter? Fairy tale.
Peacalf.
Peacalf, yeah, red-eyed Peacalf. Remember how we said that his story was actually probably somewhat true?
Which story?
Well, fun. Peacalf.
Peacalf, the red-eyed elf boy.
Oh yeah.
In the Lost Children, the story Rosine was.
Oh yeah, I
very
remember
fascinated
that.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why I said it might have been true. This is why. Time actually runs slower in the because they're basically in the astral world and the physical world together.
Yeah.
And the time is slower there. Well, since that's the case, Peacalf may have actually been in one of these areas with the elves, and then by the time he left, it was his parents were gone and everything.
Yeah, I could buy that.
Because he was only gone for so long. Because all their wounds and everything also heal when they're here.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. Oh, this makes Farnese very happy, and Guts gives her the role of protecting Casca.
Yeah, right. And it kind of works out for everybody at that point.
Yes, this is the role of Farnese. You'll start seeing why we'll simp over her, where here's the thing, she's actually trying to change to who
As you can see,
be.
the Lord Otter is an honorary Farnese simp.
So they decide to go. And then before Guts leaves, he turns around and sees a silhouette of a certain skull nut,
Yeah. Just a
So-
cameo of an appearance.
The Skull Knight
Remember-
cameo.
So he already knows that it's Skeleton Night because he already kind of figured that when he was talking about someone told him to lend her or told her to lend them a hand.
Yeah.
He was already onto it that it was probably Skeleton Night, but he saw the shadow and he laughed. And then, well, she just asked Skull Knight, like, are you using him? I hope you're an actual. I hope you have a heart, you fucking old bastard friend. And of course, it's all about causality. So yeah, she is friends with Skeleton Knight,
And here's the JRPG party panel.
minus this man.
Yeah, he's just their guide. I don't know. He's following.
Yep, this is your fighter. Here's your ranger,
Yeah.
your rogue, your wizard, your potato, your cleric.
Pretty much.
She's not a cleric yet, but she will be a cleric.
She will be a cleric.
Yeah, I think the mage hat is a bit on the nose for me.
What?
I
The
think
mage.
Shirke is there more to kind of like she's kind of setting the tone for the more magical side of Berserk.
Yeah.
Hold up, they're introducing magicians. Of course, she's gonna wear the fucking. That's like getting pissed at fucking Wizard of Oz for having a fucking.
Well, I think what he's saying is like we're going from this like really grimdark tale to something that's a lot higher fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's going from Berserk to Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, okay, we got like Harry Potter hats all of a sudden.
Yeah, but it'll keep it with being Berserk.
It's a bit of a tonal shift at first, but it actually stays pretty consistent about it. The more it goes with it, the more cohesive you'll kind of get the feel for how it all fits in together.
Well, I mean, we opened this chapter with some dead cows, a troll eating someone's arm.
No.
The man's wife is watching her
dope.
husband getting eaten alive. She tries to fight it. It's Berserk. You know where this is going.
Nowhere good.
No, we're good.
The troll, when the troll tries something, you know. Oh, did we not? The one page is even more
It's
suspicious.
pretty graphic.
Anyways, the brother stabs the motherfucker.
Dude, look at that shot, man. He's got a lot of
Such a
these
cool
shots
shot.
now, man. It's these are worth it. These make it worth it. You can
There we
almost
go.
see them move. You can almost tell like how they move and what they're doing, right? Like they're eating off the carcass and just like animals and monkeys and like a mixture of animals, kind of like monkeys and pigs, is what I'm getting from these vibes.
Yeah, they also rape and they take women and rape them.
Gross.
It's not really a spoiler. You need to watch Alien before you read Deluxe Volume 9.
That's a good point, actually.
What do you mean? I've seen Alien. What do you mean?
Foreshadowing.
You might just need to watch Alien for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, we get a fucking establishing shot of the entire town where it's located.
Dude, that's what I meant by the fucking beautiful sceneries. Oh man, it's so good. You can see the little light around the tower and the mountain in the foreground, just a little bit of light hitting, distinguish it from the valley. It's so well done. He's getting like good in the details, the subtle freaking details.
Well, they're all doing the funeral for Ted and Horace, the husband that got eaten and the brother who tried to save his sister. They just beat his ass to death and then took off with his sister to go rape her. Do you see? This is Berserk, Frederick. Talking about.
Now we're getting back to.
That's what I meant.
Berserk
I said
proper.
earlier, no one gets out of this like in a good way, especially when you're young and innocent. And you were saying you're all, doom and gloom. I'm like, no, this is Berserk. It always happens. See?
And then Isidro walks on the scene
No,
and
there
says,
are some
"What's up?"
happy stuff.
Exactly. Isidro makes you forget about it. Hey, I'm here to sing and dance for you for a moment.
And that's why I love Isidro, all right?
It's justified.
So yeah, the old man, his whole mission was they were trying to find the witch so they can protect them. We get the introduction to the priest, which the story's not going to go in the direction you think it's going to go in with him. Like once again, when I say like the whole anti-religion thing kind of drops away, not in this deluxe volume, but the next one you'll see,
Interesting.
where he's not really evil. But he basically tells them that they need God and these other people are doo-doo.
Awesome.
And then Casca falls in one of the fucking coffins and
I
breaks
hope
it, you know?
Whoops.
I can't wait for Casca to come back. I hope she does. I mean, I don't know if she does, but I would suspect that at some point. she does.
I have no clue.
We'll find out.
I
we'll
have no
find out.
clue. I have no clue. That's an interesting theory, though. You know, real interesting. Anyways, Guts tells him it's customary because she's wearing pilgrim outfit, so you know should allow them to stay somewhere in town.
No, he
you get
totally
to
doesn't
see
have a
the-
huge sword sticking out of from under his cape. You know, it's totally innocent looking.
Still,
Look at
this
that
is a better reception than from before in Lost Children.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait when we get Deluxe Volume 9 because it's such a stark contrast the way the villagers treat Guts and them to Lost Children, where they're all assholes. These ones are not actually assholes.
The ones in
Pretty good
Lost Children, you're kind of like, yeah, you're all in a bad situation, but you're all kind of not making it any better at all. These
Yeah,
guys,
Shuri.
not so much.
Oh, Sharik. Yeah, I think his Deluxe Volume 10 Otter, by the way, has some of my favorite moments with Sharik.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some really good moments, for
Like,
sure.
I'm telling you, Frederick,
Yeah.
you're gonna love these characters.
Sure will. Sure, I'm sure I will.
Well, we spend a lot of time with them, get to know them.
You'll
I
be
mean-
simping for Farnies, too.
That's what I think Deluxe Volume 8 really is, a shift in character development. You were right about it being the side characters kind of propping up. But even Guts has an arc. Like he's becoming more human slowly.
Well, he's no longer the Black Swordsman.
We're
Like
not
that
getting like
mentality.
these huge Berserk episodes from him. Like when we meet an enemy, he fights it, but he doesn't seem to go into that close to death Berserk mode as much.
He still has his moments. He has his moments.
Oh, you poor little Frederick. Wait until you get to the Berserk armor before you talk.
Talking about Volume 8, Bob.
Don't get me wrong. You're gonna get the moments you're looking for with Berserk or with Guts going fucking mental, slaughtering shit.
You'll be like fucking headbanging while it's happening. Like it is metal as fuck.
So, anyways, Shirake is talking to him about thought transference, which she gives locks of hairs to tie around their fingers, and she can send images and words to them. And then she's the one telling that they everyone needs to abide by her instructions. Everyone goes, "Yeah, that makes sense. You're the wizard. Can communicate, see everything." So yeah, sure. Cedro makes him upset, you know.
Yeah, but Isidro's always complaining all the time about
And
everything.
here's some more work, Otter.
That's nice. That's cool.
Like his the reason why he's not able to do this move is because his sword is too big.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah.
a smaller sword.
It's a nice scene.
But you have the old man who's fishing and stuff, and we have Commander Puck. But the old man basically is like, hey, I wanted to go adventuring one day, but my mother got sick, so I found the witch and got her healed. Stayed here. And my whole family's already dead from like a plague. From like the flu. There you go, Otter.
Oh my god.
A difficult, incompetent disciple, mind you.
There's such
I love
small
Puck.
little dialogue that you have to. I can't imagine like the Japanese reading that small dialogue on those little tiny printed pages. You got to have like really good eyes to read that.
There's so many little tiny jokes that are just kind of like interspersed throughout like all of these serious moments. I mean,
And of course,
it kind of becomes like a running theme for a lot of these chapters.
Isidro is just he's fangirling over Guts and how badass he is.
Yeah, dude. By the way, that panel lighting is incredible. With from the moon to the blade and all that. He's yeah. You could tell he's peaking. He's getting. I mean, not that he's peaking, but that he's getting better with every book. Still.
Like I said, I think I mean even this one, but you're like right at it, where he's. It gets a little bit better. That's all I'll say. It just gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's already really fucking insanely good.
It's really good, yeah, for sure.
But you know, Isidro is asking the old man's story. He just runs off because he doesn't want his ambitions to grow mode, you know.
Yeah.
And Guts was listening to their entire conversation.
He has.
See,
Yeah.
Guts is actually looking out for these people.
He doesn't look like a kid anymore, Guts. He's starting to look more like a man.
Well, he's about the age of 22
He's like 22, 23
or
or
21.
something
No,
like
no,
that.
he's not 23. He's not 23. Because the oldest age he was at the end of Golden Age was 19 years old.
Yeah,
It's
so
only
he's
been
right
3
around
years.
21, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, never
Guts
mind.
ain't
He's
old, boy.
drawn like he's in his early 30s or something.
But he's seen some shit. That's right. Yeah.
And then we have Shurikei looking at the church, and then little tiny two shithead kids throwing rocks at her.
Not to mention that he's been training like a beast, giving him the like Greek body, you know.
And then we get the Jesus Christ mirror. That's a puck. Jesus, look at that. I noticed that when I was reading, but that's this is a defined ass mirror.
Snuck in a little ass shot there right at the end.
But she's saying all humans are mistaken, which is basically when the Holy See, the Holy See doctrine, not the religious believing in God, but when the fucking like major church came in and took over, they basically like they started turning people into hating any of the magic users, you know, and started building their churches right on top of the old monuments to the astral beings, so elves and stuff. Generally being dickheads, you know. Hold up. Like I said, Otter, this is where it's more of a organized, like, or not organized, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Your Catholic church and shit and that stuff like that.
When church becomes state.
Yeah, and this is pretty much where it is. And that her master Flora, the people she used to help and liked her, the Holy See indoctrinating made them where they were throwing stones, and so she stayed and escaped and won't leave, even though later on that's kind of not the reason why she's there. More poignant reason. But Guts gives his black swordsman advice, Otter. Now, what was it? Do you remember?
I do not remember off the top of my head. What is it?
Yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't fucking do it.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
old
That
woman's gonna
little.
die soon anyway, so who cares? That's what he tells her. Yeah,
Thanks, Guts. Such a
yes.
stand-up guy.
If someone tells you to do something you don't want to do, but you do it anyway. That's the fool's errand. Just kidding around. And getting really upset about it. Oh, I love the scene before this is Farnese like trying to get Casca to stand there so she can wrap the hair around her finger. And Farnese just finally gets upset and just fucking claps her hand, smacks her hands together to fucking tell her to come here. And then Casca listens. See, Frederick, here's the development. You see how Farnese is really taking care of Casca?
Yeah. Close attention, spending time. Like, she's like the first person really nursing her, and like in a developmental way.
There's a word for that. It has 2 syllables.
Crackhead.
Lesbian.
Well, that's close enough, but I was gonna say waifu.
Close enough.
Close
But no,
enough.
this is why we like it, because like she goes from this fucking really psychotic, likes to burn people and get off to it, to now being like genuinely trying to be contributing, genuinely trying to change, genuinely trying to care for another person. Like be a mother figure, take care of Casca. But anyways, we
That's
have
an interesting
trolls.
arc. Yeah, it's a good character arc right there.
Yep, now they're getting attacked by the trolls. Which we get
Again,
this.
they're fucking great. These are the best fucking trolls I've ever seen in any like illustrated form, I think. Honestly. Like I've seen a lot of Tolkien trolls and stuff, but these one, man, they take the cake.
They're also little raping bastards. They're nasty as fuck.
Yes.
And they eat children.
They're what we call
Anyways.
grape apes.
Anyways, they see more than hundreds of fucking trolls going towards the town.
Not good.
You can even see them in this drawing.
Really not good.
Just constantly pouring out. This poor guy didn't get to make it. He got his fucking head split open. But we end this deluxe volume with Serpico trying to use his wind blade. It not working because you have to believe for it to work.
You just gotta believe.
That's right. He said, spirit, cut that motherfucker up. There we go.
Wow. That's a fucking dope panel.
That's how you do it, bitch.
And that's where we end 8 and 9. We have a lot of shit.
A great one. Seriously. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes. So, Frederick, how do you feel about the opening of Millennium Falcon?
It's good, man. It brings back what I liked about the old arc with Griffith a little bit. Like we're out of the killing monsters and leveling up again. We're not into the knee deep into the apostles, at least not into their monster forms in this whole volume. And we're focusing more on the trolls and the character development with the girls and the kids. It's an interesting shift in tone, and it feels fresh. And the art is out of this world, so it's fantastic.
Like I've said this before, but I think Millennium Falcon, the entire arc, but it's very golden age mixed with your apostles and your uh, spirits and stuff, and your astral beings now with the trolls and other ones that'll show up. And it's a good blend, but it's great. Otter,
Yeah.
I think it's utterly fantastic. Deluxe Volume 8. It's a big change up in the actual tone for Berserk, but I think it's kind of what Berserk needed,
Yeah.
especially after the end of Conviction arc. I definitely love how the art style changes. It gets it gets more elaborate, but at the same time it will show off little like whimsical flourishes just to show off kind of like the higher magic side of the world as well. That's a big reason
awesome.
why I really love this. There's also just a ton of dimension to some of these characters like Grunbeld. Like whenever he's walking into battle, you fucking feel it, man. I absolutely love it. And the trolls, how vile and disgusting they look. It's just incredible. And the story keeps a really fun pace. It goes to places where you don't necessarily expect, but it's still just as engaging.
So I want to say this as well, Frederick. In my opinion, this goes further than Golden Age, and the simple fact is you get to actually spend time with these other characters more
Yeah.
and actually
Yeah.
get to read through them more. The problem with Golden Age, and don't get me wrong, I love the characters, but some of the characters you didn't get as much with them as you are now. Like these ones are full on characters, the other ones they were set up side characters. But you're still getting the same moments where they're joking around with each other, they're having fun. Just
Yeah, with Golden
something we
Age, you
haven't had in a
had
while.
moments with like Pippin, Corcus, Judo, but it was really Guts, Griffith, and Casca at the end of the day. This feels a lot more equally spread out.
Yes. And like I said, Frederick, I think you're really gonna enjoy 9.
I'm
I
looking
think
forward to it already. Like, yeah, you guys are saying the art keeps getting better until 11, maybe. So definitely looking forward to getting my
it's
copy of 9.
so I mean all of these have really good, but from like 9 to I'd say about 12 is your peak of the art. It's Ramirez at his best. Beginning into Fantasia is still good. But once he switches the digital, it's not horrible, but it never gets the level as the earlier with the peak. That's about it. Anyways, we got any closing statements or anything else? We'll start wrapping up.
I have
Uh,
something to say.
Go ahead.
Athletic tits.
I second that.
No, not that! My breast teeth!
Very athletic.
Something like that.
Yes.
My overall take of Deluxe Volume 8 is that it was much easier read. It seemed much more enjoyable than I felt kind of a dip between 5 and 8. And now we're out of that dip and it's getting fun again. If that makes sense.
Well, Conviction arc is a very dark story arc in Berserk. It is the darkest, like Lost Children and the rest of Conviction, all of that. Yeah, it's about as dark as the series gets before you get into Millennium Falcon, and it goes right back up.
I don't know. Lost Children is still my favorite part of the entire series.
I'm not saying it isn't like good or anything. I'm just saying it's fucking dark, man.
That's why I love it. Anyways, I think it's about time to wrap this up.
Stuffed lemon, K. We can keep talking about Berserk all night if we want to.
Well, goodbye, people. Time
Squeak,
to play
squeak.
the clip. Claw.
See you later.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Kapla.